Westlake football is brought to you by the following sponsors: St. David's South Austin Hospital, HEB, Wells Fargo, Hewlett Chevrolet, Documation, The Steam Team, Independence Title, Capital Courier, ABC Home and Commercial Services, and Data Foundry.
The Westlake Technical Entertainment Crew proudly presents the 5th Annual Nutcracker Spectacular. Celebrate this holiday season at the Westlake Community Performing Arts Center, December 10th and 12th. Enjoy Elise's Dance Academy as they perform to Westlake's own live symphony orchestra. Tickets are on sale now at www.thelongcenter.org or call 477-5664. That's 477-5664.
And thank you very much. Welcome live to DW Rutledge Stadium here in Converse, Texas. Joe Taylor alongside lifetime Longhorn Rod Babers. Thanks for making it up here, man. How's traffic?
It's a little tough with all the rain, but I tell you what, I wouldn't miss it for the world.
Yeah, it's going to be fun tonight. Let's go ahead and take a look at the starting lineups first for the Westlake offense. Again, before, with all the pageantry that we normally see before a ball game, they actually did things a little different here and flipped it at 50-yard line. The Westlake offense will start off like this along the offensive line of scrimmage. It'll be the tackles Sean O'Farrell and Philip Reed, the guards Tyler Jones and Joseph Jarkey. The tight end is Charlie Copa. The receivers are Colin Shaw, Miles Berger, and Jason Prudhoe. The backs behind Tanner Price will be Van Grommen and Tim Johnston. Tanner Price, of course, the 6'2", 205-pound senior, 110 of 213, good for 52% passing. He's passed for 1,780 yards, 12 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions. Again, rushing the ball 111 times for 737 yards and 10 touchdowns. So again, he's accounted for 22 touchdowns for the Westlake defense. We take a look at the offense or the defensive line across the middle. The defensive ends, Curtis Lawful and Cameron Bethke. The nose tackles are the nose tackle is Alex Putnam. The outside linebackers, Ellis Glaw and Connor Byrne, Bryce Hager and Lance Duran, the inside linebackers. The corners are Markham Sayers and Sean Potter, and the safeties are James Robinson and and Campbell McCree. Interesting that Converse Judson would win the toss and defer to the second half, so they will start on defense. We take a look at the Rockets defensively. They run, you'll have to explain to the listening audience, not only online, but also here in the greater Austin area on 98.5 and 99.3. Rod, it's a soft 50. That's the words from the coaching confines at Westlake High School. It's a soft 50. We see a different kind of lineup here than we've used to seeing defensively. It's a concentration on the defensive backfield, but they cheat everybody up towards the line of scrimmage, trying to create different kind of looks and confuse Tanner Price.
In layman's terms, it's a 4-2-5 with the principles of a 4-3. So they do a lot to emphasize the guys in the backfield, but they will cheat those guys up. The strong safety, Zach Touane and Zach Jimenez, both of those guys interchangeable to come down and really stuff the run. So they'll use both of those guys a lot.
Well, looking at them, defensive ends, Corey Jones and Stephon Moody. The defensive tackles are Ryan Villarreal and Charles Parks. Jordan Spice and Kyrone Randolph in the middle. The corners are Trevon Gamboa and Richard Griffin. The safeties, Zach Touane and Zach Jimenez. Hybrid linebackers, like Rod was saying, and Trent Matthews will be the strong safety in this formation. Again, a soft 50 and a Rocket defense that has struggled over the last 4 games, averaging about 30 points given up by the opponent, and they've given up almost 20 points a game thus far. 9-2, they're District 27-5A champs, Rod. They are built for speed, but they're also young defensively.
They are young defensively, and they don't really cause many turnovers. So that's the thing with them. If they can cause more turnovers, they would win more of those matchups, and they would cause their opponents to score less points, but they don't cause many turnovers. That's why Westlake should be able to pretty much throw the ball, run the ball, stay balanced against this Judson defense.
It should be fun, and we will get it on here live from DW Rutledge Stadium. We pause for our final break here at the Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue tailgate for the national anthem, and it is area championship time here in Division I 5A play in Region 4. Coming up after this timeout, it's the Rockets of Judson and the Chaparrals of Westlake. This is Westlake football.
Once again, welcome to DW Rubber Skating for tonight's 5A Area State Playoff game between the Westlake Chaparrals and the Judson Rockets.
And we welcome you back to live coverage of Westlake High School football here live on 98.3 and 99.5 The Word. Joe Taylor alongside lifetime Longhorn Rod Babers. And Rod, this looks to be a pretty fun night for football here. A little rainy, obviously might benefit the run game a little bit for Converse Judson. But one man that knows all about the weather is down on the sidelines, and John Nidell. John?
Yeah, guys, it's really rainy down here. It's actually, it's a light rain, but it's coming down steadily, and it is pretty wet, and the wind is coming from the west at about, I would guess, around 10 miles an hour. It's certainly going to be a factor here with this, could be a factor with this Westlake passing game. We know they want to throw deep and try to open up the run on this Judson defense, but we'll see how it goes on this first drive.
All right, they'll be kicking off from left to right. Will the red men, the Rockets of Justin, it'll be a line drive kick that'll be fielded and dropped by Van Grommen. Grommen at the 15, out to the 20, still tiptoeing outside the right hash mark, and he angles his way out to about the 28-yard line, and that's where the Chaparrals will start on offense. Again, we'll take a look at the men in red, the Converse Judson Rockets. Again, they look a little like Ohio State minus the silver helmet, but they've got the red jersey tops with the white numerals and the white lettering Converse across the side, and they also have gray pants with the red piping and the white helmet with the Rocket logo on the side. And we'll get a look at the Westlake Chaparrals. First things first, two wide receivers to the far side right now going in motion. It'll be a fake handoff. Now Price going for the home run ball right off the bat. And Miles Berger has it at the 50-yard line. Spins out of a tackle to the 35-30, 25-20, down the right sideline to the 10, inside the 10-yard line and down to the 6. It'll be first and goal just like that as Tanner Price hooks up with Miles Berger, and it's first and goal Westlake.
Miles Berger, this is the same route that we've seen on the first drive of last week's game. Miles Berger just running the post route, play action pass here. Great play action pass, by the way. Real discipline with the fake. And then you see Tanner Price just put it on the line to Miles Berger. Miles Berger does the rest after the play. And if it wasn't for Trevon Gamboa, this is a touchdown.
So it'll be first and goal just inside the 9-yard line. Shotgun set here for Tanner Price. Van Grommen to his right. It'll be Prideaux and Colin Shaw here to the near side. Now Johnson moving from the right side of the formation to the left side of the formation. And here's the snap. And the handoff will go to Van Grommen. Grommen cutting it back at the 5, and he's drilled at the 4-yard line. Nice open field tackle there for the Judson Rockets. And making the tackle there is Ethan Newsome-Jackson, the outside linebacker, the junior, making the touchdown-saving tackle there. Is a lot of room up front for Van Grommen to move around the line of scrimmage.
It is. It's going to be a challenge, I believe, for this Westlake offensive line today. This is one of the more active and aggressive defensive lines I think they'll face all year.
Second and goal now. The ball just inside the 5-yard line. Shaw and Prideaux split out to the far side right. Charlie Cope with the tight end here to the near side. Johnson going in motion now to the right side of the formation. The handoff again going to Van Grommen. Grommen inside the 4, still on his feet, dives to the goal line, but he is just shy. Nose of the football just shy of the goal line as Van, with that second effort, almost got into the end zone. But it'll be third and goal, and the Chaparrals, as we've seen in tight ball games, early on, they're good from this far out, and no doubt we might see number 44 check into the ball game, and we do. Bryce Hager is in the ball game as the deep back. Third and goal. Under center now is Tanner Price. The handoff goes to Bryce Hager, and Hager is into the end zone. Touchdown, Westlake.
Touchdown. Westlake did a great job on that drive of establishing the run. After they opened it up for the pass, and John Nidell hit it on the head, said they would come out in this game and try to open things up so for the run game. That's exactly what they did. Came out, big pass play on the first play of the game. And after that, they lean on what is their strength, that big, heavy offensive line, imposing their will on that Judson defensive front.
So Cody Rademacher on for the extra point on the scoring drive. Snap is down, the kick is up, and the kick is good. So with 10 minutes and 33 seconds left to go on the first quarter clock, right down the field go the Chaparrals. It's Westlake 7, Judson nothing. This is Westlake football.
Keeping out number 20. Kick guard for Roy Hall. Deep tackle number 19, Nathan Peavy. Judson against first and 10 around 32-yard line.
across the 35-yard line out to the 37. We welcome all of you back to live coverage of Westlake football live on The Word, 98.3 and 98.5 and 99.3, again in the greater Austin area and in the hills of Westlake. Again, a scoring drive, 4-play, 73-yard drive. Key play of the drive, a 66-yard scamper by Miles Berger on first down. It was the first play of the drive. Now Judson answering in a power I formation with one receiver to the far side left. The handoff will be faked. It's a play action going right down the field. He has a man, does Boswell, and Boswell overthrows his intended receiver downfield. And intended downfield, I believe, for the Rocket offense was Jordan Montgomery, the senior wideout. Again, right there with him, step for step, was Markham Sayers.
Very surprising on that play to see Judson come out and try to attack Westlake deep on that play. That just tells me that Judson's been doing their homework over the last couple of weeks. We've seen if this Westlake defense has any flaws, that sometimes they will give up the big play, the big pass play, and I think Judson right there tried to take advantage of that.
So it will be third down now as they've forced a 3rd down and 5. The toss will go to the far side, and Gabe Hilliard with the carry, and he'll be roughed up immediately right there behind the line of scrimmage. And again, those outside linebackers, including Ellis Glaw, in there on the hit. You'll hear from all 4 linebackers. Ellis Glaw, along with the rest of the linebackers, Lance Duran, and again Connor Byrne and Bryce Hager, all our guests on the halftime show. So on 4th down, it'll be punting time here. And on to make the punt for the Rockets will be Boswell. Boswell will kick it over to Shaw. And Colin Shaw trying to make a move here at the 30-yard line. Flags on the play. They go out past the 35-yard line to the 37. And it will be 1st down and 10 for the Chaparrals as they lead 7-0 here. They go 3 and out. They go 3 and out. Do the Judson Rockets, and the Rockets turn the ball right back over to Westlake, and they will have an opportunity to get up here quickly. They already lead 7-0 on a 4-play drive. It didn't take long for the offense to get back onto the field, and that's one of the defensive efforts that we talked about in the pregame show, Rod. That defense. A 7-0, 9:04 lead here. Joe Taylor alongside lifetime Longhorn Rod Babers. We didn't miss much. Again, actually a 3-and-out effort there, Eric. Thanks so much. Having a little technical difficulties here as we are behind what seems to be about 10 to 15 feet of concrete. So that might be the issue here, getting the signal out. But right now, Westlake has the ball back, and it will be 1st down and 10. There was a penalty and a 15-yard variety at that. So it will be 1st down and 10 from the Westlake 17-yard line. Pocket collapsing here on 1st down, and going down immediately is Tanner Price. And a brilliant play up front there by the defense. Coming in and making the hit is Corey Jones, a 200-pound senior. He's the one that fought through the blocks and collapsed the pocket, and down goes Tanner Price for a 1-yard loss.
And Corey Jones is one of the guys. He'll be applying the pressure on Tanner Price, and he decides to throw that football. They've got a couple of guys. Charles Parks is another guy. Ryan Villarreal, he's another guy. They apply good pressure. They're athletic up front and very aggressive.
So on 2nd down and 11, they run the toss play to Van Grommen. Grommen trying to turn the corner, shoving people out of his way, trying to fight off blockers, but he's able to get past the 18-yard line out to the 19. Pretty good run there by Van Grommen. Seeing a little bit of urgency behind number 34 in the way he's running the football tonight.
Well, we've seen a little physical running style by Van Grommen. We've seen him break a few in the last couple of weeks, but on that goal line, you see him strive for that extra effort, and right there, you see him knock off a tackle and go out of bounds. Right now, he's playing a lot of physical football.
So on 3rd down and long, it's 3rd and 9 from the 19-yard line. Price firing out to the far sideline to the right side, intended to Jason Prideaux, who's hanging out right there at the 30-yard line, which would have gotten them a 1st down, but the pass is low. So just like that, don't think the offense was ready to come back on the field. They expected the Judson Rockets to hang out on the field for a little bit longer, but it looks like the offense a little bit out of sync, something that was not the case when they came out for the opening series.
Yeah, and I think right there, you saw some adjustments on the part of the Judson defense, and we'll see some adjustments on the part of the Westlake offense on the next drive, I guarantee.
And it will be Rademacher to punt it. He gets a high spiraling punt, but it'll be short. He actually hit it off the side of his leg. It's going to actually hit in Westlake territory, and a huge, huge break there for Converse as they'll get the ball on the Westlake 41-yard line. Let's go down to the sidelines to John Nidell.
Yeah, this Judson offense coming back on the field. Just to give you an idea of how little they pass the football. 7 out of 11 games this year, Judson has passed for less than 100 yards. And in back-to-back district wins in early October against Highlands and Wagner, Judson completed combined total of 1 pass for 5 yards, or for 1 out of 5 for 10 yards, and that was in 2 ball games. So you know they don't throw the football. What we did see on that first drive, they tried to throw deep to try to back this Westlake defense up a little bit.
So here it is on 1st down and 10 from the 41-yard line in Westlake territory. After the weak punt, the toss will go to Quaylon Jones. Jones, the sophomore, trying to bounce it to the outside. He does, but right there to make the play, coming out of the secondary is Campbell McCree. Wow, what a hit by Campbell, as after about a 4.5-yard gain, trying to turn the corner, did Quaylon Jones, and Campbell McCree along with Sean Potter there to make the stop. It was actually Potter on the initial hit, so great tackle in the open field to keep Quaylon Jones from turning the corner and taking it for much longer than 5 yards.
And it's a great job. We know this Westlake defense is good at stringing that play out to the sideline and utilizing their speed.
So on 2nd down and 6, after the gain of 4 officially, the handoff will go up the middle, and Ellis Glaw making the hit and coming around the corner on Quaylon Jones, and it'll be a short gain, bringing up 3rd down yet again.
And we know that this Judson team, they're basically a ball control team. You heard John Nidell refer to how little they pass the football, only averaging 87 passing yards a game. They've only turned the football over 6 times this year, so this is a ball control offense. 2
wide receivers here to the near side right, out of the power eye. Under center is Cody Boswell rolling. Here comes the fire to the near side. That pass is caught, but looks like the receiver that made the catch inside the 30-yard line, and I believe who made that grab was John Montgomery. Montgomery coming around the corner and making the grab. He went to a knee to get it, and in high school, that knee is down, but it's a 1st down, and that 1st down brought to you by A&B TV. Again, right there just north of Burnett Road on West Anderson Lane. Been doing business since 1967, and it is a 1st down for Converse. The handoff inside, and a nice run there by Kenyon Clack. Clack inside the 20-yard line down to the 18. Clack, the 160-pound sophomore, but he's their vertical runner, where Quaylon Jones, Rod, is the guy that tries to get lateral and get around the corner and bust it outside. Kenyon Clack, even though he's only 160 pounds, runs like a fullback. And they've got 4 backs. They're legitimately guys they can use that are weapons in the backfield. Got 3 guys averaging over 8 yards a carry. So they break long runs, not just 3 yards in a cloud of dust. A receiver here to the near side, a flag on the play. The handoff goes to the left side. Connor Byrne along with Bryce Hager in there to make the hit on Quaylon Jones after a short gain on 2nd down and 1. And the chains do not move very much. In fact, maybe a gain of a half yard, maybe even no gain on the play, but we'll have to see what the flag is all about. And while we wait for the referee, Mike Massey, to tell us, we'll get a chance to meet the stripes, and it will be a false start. So again, Mario Magali is the umpire. The line judge is Michael Moore. The back judge is Scott Johnson, and the field judge is Kenny Perry, and it will be a penalty on Converse Judson. It'll be a 5-yard penalty at that, and they'll march it back to the outside the 20-yard line down to the 24. So it will be 2nd down, manageable here, but it does create a little bit further yardage in 2nd and 1. And this is a team that doesn't like to throw the ball, so when they get into anything that is close to 2nd and long, it is an advantage for the defense. And I'd look to Westlake to try to make a play in the backfield, maybe a blitz here. Power eye look with Skalicki split out here to the near side right. The toss will go to Quaylon Jones. Lots of traffic, and he is absolutely drilled at the 21-yard line. Great play there by the linebackers again coming in. Also making the play, Robinson. It's 4 and 44. 3 4s in there on the hit between Bryce Hager and James Robinson. And so far, so good. They've contained Quaylon Jones. They have done a great job, and the guys up front, Curtis Laughlin and Alex Putnam, don't get much credit for those plays, but what they do, they congest that play in the middle and allow those linebackers to run free and allow Connor Byrne and Ellis Glaw, Bryce Hager, Lance Duran, all those guys to run free and allow for their playmaking abilities. Power eye look in the backfield again. Boswell under center. He'll throw on 3rd down and 5. But now Boswell turning the corner, trying to pick up the 1st down, and he does. Oh, wow, what a great run there by Cody Boswell inside the 15-yard line down to the 13 as he juked everybody. He thought that they would try the same play on 3rd down that they had when the series started, Rod. He rolled out, saw the green in front of him, and picked up the 1st down. Yeah, and gave himself the option. I really wanted to throw or run the ball. He decided to run the football there. Does a great job of putting his head down and getting for the 1st down, and now they're deep in territory. Got some momentum here on the side of Judson. So it's first down and 10, 7-0, 5.5 minutes to go, opening quarter. Westlake with the lead, 7-0, but Converse driving in the red zone. The toss will go to Quaylon Jones. Lots of traffic coming his way. He tries to turn the corner and does for about a gain of a yard, but that's about it. Second down and 9 coming up for the Converse Judson Rockets.
And every yard for this Judson team is going to be tough. The fact of the matter is this Westlake defense is very fast, very quick. If they have any success, it may be running straight ahead at this Westlake team, trying to bounce a lot of things to the outside. That's playing into the hands of what this Westlake defense is very good at.
So again, they run a twins look here, 2 backs with a wing back here to the near side left, and they'll run kind of an end around reverse to Quaylon Jones, who lined up as a wing back. He's inside the 10-yard line down to about the 8, and that's where he's dropped there after a nice gain on second down by Campbell McCree.
Little change of direction there for Judson. Ends up being a good play for him. They could have made that play in the backfield. Lance Durant comes around to try to make that play in the backfield and misses that tackle and allows him to get some positive yardage. They still have a chance to pick up a first down here pretty deep in their own territory.
Yeah, they can pick up a first down right there inside the 3-yard line, and it'll be third down here. So third down and 6. The stick at the 3-yard line. 3 backs out of the eye. The handoff will go to Jones, and Jones is stopped in the backfield. Oh, what a great penetration move there. It started with the defensive line, but everybody up front. Call them out, Rod Babers. It means everybody. Bryce Hager along with Lance Duran, Ellis Glaw, Connor Byrne busting through there. All of them right in the backfield to make the hit, and it's fourth down.
And you said if the guys up front get that credit, Alex Putnam, Cameron Bethke, Curtis Love, those are the guys up front who initially stuffed that run, and that linebacker core is so fast, so quick that they get there and able to make that play in the backfield.
Tommy Skalucki will hold for Donato Sanfilippo, who's perfect on the year in field goals. This will be a 27-yard field goal, and that snap is down, the kick is up, and the kick is good. So with 3:40 remaining here in the first quarter, Judson getting on the board. It's Westlake 7, Judson 3. Live from Converse, this is Westlake football. We only do 60-second breaks during the game. 60-second breaks, that's it. So we need it back. So just pot down the commercial and just give it back to us. And on the ensuing kickoff, it'll be Van Grommen. Grommen out past the 10-yard line to the 20, so it's just as good as a touchback. And we welcome all of you back to live coverage of our area championship game here in Region 4-5A, a presentation of A&B TV, again, locally owned and operated by people who care. Largest selection of HD TV speakers and audio equipment in Central Texas. Name brand Sony, XBR, Samsung, Toshiba, Sharp, Aquos, Paradigm, you name it, they've got it at A&B TV. And check it out. This weekend, I know it's the weekend before Thanksgiving, but this weekend they start their pre-Black Friday. So again, go in and check out all of the beautiful electronics and TVs that A&B TV has to offer. And we welcome you back. Van Grommen on first down and 10 with a bit of a seam to the outside. He bounces it out to the right hash mark, out past the 30 to the 32-yard line. A nice gain of 12 yards on the play and a first down right off the bat as we welcome all of you back to live coverage of Westlake football. As we move on here, WestlakeSports.net. Tonight's game, a presentation of A&B TV, locally owned and operated since 1967. It's pre-Black Friday, so go in tomorrow. You don't have to wait till the Friday after Thanksgiving. You can go to A&B TV on West Anderson Lane, just north of Burnett Road, right now. Tomorrow, you can head in and check out all the deals that they have before all of the crowds. Handoff to Van Grommen on first down and 10. Grommen, another first down run out past the 40 to the 45, and he's dropped out of bounds just shy of midfield, right there at the nose of the football at the 49-yard line. And Van Grommen, tough running, great blocking up front. First down, Westlake.
And a great job by Van Grommen. Once he hits that second level, he's doing a great job of seeing the tackler or the free tackler downfield and breaking that initial tackle. Right now, Van Grommen looks like he's in the zone.
So on first down and 10, nose of the football at the 50-yard line. Again, they go to Grommen and stay with the hot hand. This time the defense is there for the Rockets. It'll be a 1-yard gain. Second down and 9 coming up for Westlake. Let's go down to the sidelines at John Nidell.
This might be a comment more on the culture of football in San Antonio, but Judson's pass defense, Westlake gave up more yards against Austin High in the passing game than Judson did in their 7 district games combined. So that gives you an idea of how much they like to run the football down here in San Antonio.
Indeed. John Nidell down on the sideline. That's an amazing stat. On second down and 9, here is Tanner Price back to pass, looking, has a man downfield, wide open, and it's Jason Prudhoe, and it's overthrown, incomplete. Prudhoe had nobody around him. It was going to be 6 no matter what, but the pass is overthrown. It sets up third down and 8.
They do a great job running the pick route. Colin Shaw and Jason Prideaux lines up in the twins formation. They do a great job running the pick route. They end up picking the DBs from Judson, and Jason Prideaux is wide open on the post route, and Tanner Price just overthrows him a bit. Even on that play, you might want the quarterback to rather underthrow the guy rather than overthrow him. Jason Prideaux wide open on that play.
So it will be 3rd down and 8 with 2.5 minutes to play. Westlake with a 7-3 lead here in the first quarter. Price going over the middle, fires between 2 defenders, and it's caught by Miles Berger for the first down inside the 30-yard line down to the 28. Oh, man, we want to talk about putting it on a line. The first pass, again, on 2nd down, it was so overthrown that Prideaux couldn't check up with it. Now he actually threads the needle in between 2 defenders to pick up the first down on 3rd down.
I've had quarterbacks tell me, Joe, even Chris Sims say, hey, sometimes the guy that's wide open is the hardest guy to hit. And maybe that's the case for Tanner Price on that play, because then he drills it in between. They got 3 guys in the middle of the field and hits it dead on the spot. So there you see his accuracy.
A 21-yard pickup, and it's 1st down and 10 inside the 28-yard line. Now the zone read play, and Price is going to keep it. Turns around the corner on the right side. He's into the open field. He's tackled at the 10-yard line, but falls forward to the 9. It'll be 1st and goal after a nice scamper. 1st and goal for Westlake, as Tanner Price is going to be down at the 8-yard line. A beautiful run there. Zone read play working to perfection.
And a beautiful fake on the part. Van Grommen carrying out the fake, and Tanner Price carrying out the fake, doing a great job of staying disciplined with that. That's the initial thing they do well. They execute well. That allows for them to break that big run. And after that, Tanner Price does what he does best, and let's go out there and make plays.
So it's 1st and goal from the 8-yard line. Johnson, the fullback, along with Van Grommen in the backfield. Out of the gun is Tanner Price. Prideaux split out here to the near side left. They roll the pocket this direction, and it's going to be a quarterback keeper. A flag on the play, and this one's most likely going to come back. It's in the area of the hold, and a referee, Mike Massey, is the one that threw the hanky. Let's go down to the sidelines at John Idell.
Well, the referee turns away from me. I didn't see the call. You guys might have seen it. But this is the 3rd meeting between these 2 storied programs. And Judson won the first of these 2 meetings at Westlake in a regular season game in 1998. And then Westlake won a first-round playoff game in 2000. So the series against these 2 teams just 1-1.
So tied, and it will be a holding penalty because everybody's backing up here. And it is a hold on the offense. You can hear the voice of Mike Massey booming here at D.W. Rutledge Stadium. Again, a brand new stadium here, a $13 million project. They didn't do too bad a job, did they?
It's beautiful. It's and one of the best press boxes I think I've seen in a long time.
We are definitely high atop the press box, and on 1st down and goal from the 18-yard line after the holding penalty, Price will be in the shotgun. He's flanked on the right side by Van Grommen. Johnston and the man in front as the fullback. It'll be another quarterback keeper here, bouncing it outside and turning inside the 10, still on his feet at the 6 and down towards the 5-yard line. So just like that, Tanner Price picks up the penalty yards plus 3 more, and it's 2nd and goal from the 5.
And you see the patience of Tanner Price on this play. He tiptoes in the backfield for about a 2.5 seconds to wait and allow for the hole to open up, and then he does a great job of hitting the hole full speed. Tanner Price showing his maturity on that play and showing why he's going to be a future Demon Deacon.
Some of the Westlake faithful braving I-35, especially in Buda, where there's nice little construction projects that might hamper everybody's arrival. The Chaps here on 2nd down and goal from the 5-yard line, leading 7-3 and threatening. The handoff up the middle. Van Grommen still trying to fight his way inside the 5, makes it to the 4-yard line, and it's going to set up 3rd down and goal. And right now the Chaparrals trying to come up with something here on 3rd down, Rod, where they get 6 and not 3. They did a good job from holding Judson, and ironically it was a penalty that backed Judson up. It was only a 5-yard penalty on that scoring drive, but the next play went for a loss, and they had to settle for the field goal, did the Rockets.
And if you have to make a choice on a play calling here, I got to give Tanner Price the option to run or throw the ball and put the ball in the hands of that guy.
Inside 10 seconds here in the first quarter. Chaps on 3rd and goal from the 4-yard line. Rolling here to the near side, firing to the end zone. Wide open is Colin Shaw. Touchdown, Westlake.
Colin Shaw runs a fantastic route on this play. He runs to the back of the end zone, then comes back to the pylon, to the front pylon, and just sits and waits on his quarterback. Tanner Price rolling out to Colin Shaw's side, and he knows exactly what Colin Shaw is going to be, throws it on the line, and Colin Shaw does a great job of tiptoeing, putting both his feet in bounds on that play. Great execution by Westlake on that play.
Rademacher out of the hold of Robinson here for the extra point. The snap is down, the kick is up, and no, it is blocked. A beautiful block there made by the Judson Judson Rockets, and it was Richard Griffin that came in untouched, and the point after touchdown no good. So with 4 seconds remaining here in the first quarter, it's Westlake 13, Judson 3. This is Westlake football. Their first quarter drive, successful in scoring on 2 of them. The point after touchdown blocked by Richard Griffin. A 9-play, 79-yard drive took 3 minutes and 21 seconds off the clock. Colin Shaw with a 4-yard touchdown catch, and Colin Shaw again his 5th touchdown. The junior, 6 foot, 183 pounds, and he was wide open in the corner of the end zone. Doing your best Karnak impersonation there, Rod. You called that one all the way. A little short kickoff here by Dylan Short, and it'll be fielded at the 36-yard line, and Short trying to catch everybody off guard. We saw it in the Cedar Park game all the way back in the first game of the season, Rod, where Dylan Short and Cody Rodemacher just popped that ball up in the air to try to induce not an onside kick really, but keeping it out of the hands of their playmakers in the backfield. And it was going back deep to receive was Jordan Montgomery along with Quaylon Jones. They just want to keep it out of the athlete's hand. And it works both ways, because you also get a chance to recover that ball if you catch those upbacks kind of napping and those guys not paying attention. With the speed Westlake has on their special teams units, it makes sense. We've seen them go down and almost recover a few of those sky kicks. So with that return, the first quarter clock expires, and we will now start with the second quarter. And everybody flipping sides. Now, if you picture it in your mind's eye along the radio dial or on the internet here at westlakesports.net, moving right to left are the Converse Judson Rockets in their home red jerseys. And the Chaparrals in their road white, the white uniform with the blue numbers trimmed in red, the red pants, and the silver helmet with the red Westlake W in block print on the side. Westlake defense has got to feel good about what they've done so far. Even when Judson got that great field position, they still held them to a field goal. Power eye look at the backfield for Judson, and now going here to the near side is Montgomery in motion. They roll the pocket this direction, and now the play just blowing up in the middle of the field. They try to run the option play. It was actually a handoff inside, and Kenyon Clack got the carry out of the fullback position, able to move the ball out to the 40-yard line. Checking in is Colin Weimers, the tight end, the 200-pound junior. Cameron Bethany with the tackle on that play. Lance Duran teams up with him. It's going to be very crucial for Westlake to try to keep this Judson offense in 3rd and long situations, because that's how they know they can dictate the tempo of the game. They get 3rd and short, and that's just what Judson wants. So it will be 2nd down and 7 after the 3-yard gain. The fake handoff on play action. Here comes the rush. Boswell has to step out of trouble. He fires to the far side. That pass is complete to Elliot Arnold. Arnold around the 45-yard line into Westlake territory. He's still on his feet, has not been tackled, and he finally is dropped inside the 40-yard line down to the 38. Nice pickup there by Elliot Arnold, who was just right man, right spot. And Boswell almost paid dearly for waiting so long to get rid of the football, but hats off to him. He stays brave, fires out to Elliot Arnold for a 23-yard pickup and a 1st down for Converse. Elliot Arnold, he's a delayed release on the play. He just blocks for about 1.5 seconds and delayed, then releases out for his quarterback. He's the safety valve, and they needed him on that play. Great execution on that play by Judson. So 1st down and 10 from the Westlake 38-yard line. Montgomery going in motion briefly here from the near side, but they're going to stop everything. Early motion on the Judson Rockets, and the men in red started moving a little too early, and this is going to cost them 5 yards. Let's go down to the sidelines and John Nidell.
You guys, we've documented how little Cody Boswell throws the football, but he doesn't throw it much, but he's been efficient all season, and that's been a key to their success. Whenever the run is stopped, he's been able to complete balls. He's completing 65% of his passes, and he hasn't thrown 1 interception in 84 attempts. So when the run does break down, they're able to get him out of the pocket, and he's able to find some streaking receivers like he did on that 23-yard play just a second ago. John Idell is exactly right. I mean, they've only turned the ball over 6 times. This Judson offense has 2 interceptions on the season. Cody Boswell doesn't have any. Both of those came from the backup, Tristan Hernandez, on the play. So they take care of the football. That's one of the reasons that they're the district champions. So on 1st down and 15, they run it inside to Quaylon Jones. Jones trying to bounce it outside. Tries to move it forward and picks up a couple of yards, maybe a gain of about 1.5 yards. The ball just inside the 37-yard line. And it will be 2nd down, so it'll be about 1.5 yards. So they'll give him a 2nd down and a long 8 as they break the huddle very quickly to the Rockets. One receiver to the far side right. That's LaRoyce Hall, and the handoff will go up the middle to Kenyon Clack. And Clack again
Don't have heights on here, and I probably know why, Rod Babers. Again, we get a look at 160-pound sophomore. That, again, not a big load in Kenyon Clack, but he kind of disappears amongst his offensive linemen, and we haven't really had an opportunity to meet those guys. Again, the tackles for the Rocket offense, C.J. Boyd and Kevin Slaughter, they're the big men. Right tackle Slaughter is 270, 300 pounds of C.J. Boyd. Andre Watts and Ricky James are the guards, and Joshua Fowler, and again, 160 pounds, maybe 5'7", kind of disappears along that big offensive line. On 3rd down and 7, Boswell rolling, stopping, firing, and that pass is tipped, almost intercepted by Bryce Hager. Bryce Hager diving in front of the football and getting just a hair on it and to deflect it. Otherwise, it probably would have been complete. Montgomery out there streaking towards the 20-yard line, and the pass was true, but Bryce Hager there to break it up and force 4th down.
And we've seen Judson strategically try to throw the football here on Westlake. They're trying to catch them by surprise, try to catch these guys napping in the pass game, trying to load the box to stop that run. So far, this Westlake defense has been very disciplined at staying back in the zone against the pass.
A gutsy play here on 4th down and 7. Converse going to scrimmage from the 35-yard line. They run the delay handoff, and Hilliard trying to bounce it outside and pick up the 1st down inside the 30, down to the 28-yard line, and he picks it up. Oh, a nice run there by Hilliard as they were coming student body left on that play, and I like the intensity from Judson on that particular play, and it seemed like Hilliard just got fired out of a cannon. Nice pickup there, about 7 yards of the 1st down.
And that is a textbook draw play. Great execution by those guys. You can see the offensive line staying on their blocks, and then Hilliard does a great job once he gets to the 2nd level, putting his head down and falling forward for their 1st down.
So on 1st down and 10, power eye look at the backfield, 2 wide receivers to the far side right. Fumble as Boswell's lost the football. Now he's hanging back right around his own 38-yard line, and it'll be a party on the ball, as Rod Babers says, and the whistles will be blown at the 39-yard line. So this will be a huge loss for Judson all the way back to their own to the Westlake 39-yard line on the fumbled snap by Boswell. Didn't look like Boswell actually had a good handle on it. He fumbled the football, but give credit to him. He had Shap's defenders flying all around him like fireflies, and he's able to at least pick up the ball and secure it so that Judson does not lose a possession.
He did have the thought to keep the ball there, but now his team is in a bad position. This Judson offense is not made to pick up 2nd and very long, 2nd and 15, or 2nd and 3rd and long, so they're now in a position that they're very uncomfortable with.
On 2nd down and 22, they run a misdirection play here with Hilliard, and Hilliard's hit by Lance Durant at the 38-yard line and brought down immediately.
And then you see the speed of the Westlake defense on that play. Hilliard does a great job of avoiding the first tackle, the initial tackle, and trying to get outside and trying to make something out of nothing. But the Westlake defense is so fast, so speedy, and that party at the football mentality, that pursuit to the football, allows for them to make a lot of big plays around or behind the line of scrimmage.
So after a small pickup there of 2 yards, it'll be 3rd down and 20. 2 wide receivers to the far side right. A power eye look at the backfield. 3-step drop. Now firing to the flat, and in and out of the hands of Hilliard was Cody Boswell. Boswell had the right play. That was the right call. A lot of green real estate in front of Hilliard. Is swung out in there as out of the backfield on a nice route in the flat, but could not come up with the football. And now it's 4th down. It's a little bit too far to go for it here. Impressive stuff on 4th down and 7. But on 4th down and 20, it's decision time here.
And Hilliard may have seen all that green real estate, and it might have distracted him from catching the football on that play. Great play call, just a swing pass out to the flats. Cody Boswell delivers the ball, and Hilliard's just unable to make the play.
And Boswell launches this one into the air inside the 10-yard line, down to the 5, and that's a pretty good punt there by Boswell. Has a little technical difficulty here as we welcome all of you back to live coverage of Westlake football. 13-3, and Westlake will get the opportunity here in the 2nd quarter, leading by 10, 7:45. If you joined us late, it was a 66-yard pass play that opened the contest for the Chaparral offense. Hitting Miles Berger was Tanner Price, and that set up a 1st and goal situation. 3 plays later, the Chaps were in the end zone. Point after touchdown was good. The 2nd possession resulted in a punt for the Chaparrals, and on the 3rd possession, they were able to march the ball downfield on a pretty good running attack by Van Grommen and Tanner Price. Again, a touchdown pass to Colin Shaw was the touchdown, but Richard Griffin jumping in and blocking the extra point try. That's the reason for the 13-3 score. Handoff, Van Grommen on 1st down and 10 from the 6-yard line, and he's swarmed at the 9. He'll pick up 4 yards, Will Van Grommen. It'll be 2nd down and 6 here for the Westlake Chaparrals. Again, 7.5 minutes to play 1st half, and they lead by 10.
And I talked about this defensive line for Judson. They are very athletic and aggressive, but they are small. They're small, they're fast. That gives an advantage to the Westlake offensive line.
Quick play here on play action. Tanner Price with tons of time fires to Charlie Cope, he makes the grab at the 25-yard line, out past the 30 to the 35-yard line. In fact, he'll call him down at the 34, and there's the equalizer in the playoffs, ladies and gentlemen. Number 89 at 6'6", 240 pounds. That is a weapon on second and third down and long that Tanner Price will have the luxury of after we've seen back-to-back games, a pickup of 25 yards on the catch of the first down, brought to you by A&B TV.
Charlie Cope on the crossing route, and it's hard to miss the 6'6" target. Very elusive, and he's got great hands as well.
First down and 10, ball just inside the 35-yard line here in Westlake territory. The Chaps moving left to right on your radio dial. Now Bryce Dolezal going in motion. They fake the handoff, and now Price with some room up the middle across the 40 to the 41-yard line, picks up 7 yards, and that's a good play right there. Really nice misdirection play to Bryce Dolezal, allows Tanner Price to pick up 7.
Jordan Spice and Trent Matthews nailed Tanner Price on that play. You have to pay for that gain on that play. Tanner Price is very hard-nosed, very physical, never tries to avoid that lick or that physical play. He actually, I think, he really likes that physical play and looks forward to it.
Trudeau lined up here to the near side right, and the slot is Berger. One receiver to the far side left, that's Shaw. Now Johnson in motion here from the right side of the formation to the left. Van Grommen in the backfield, and it looks like we might have a free play here. Flags all over the place. Tanner Price still on his feet, shakes a tackler at the 50 inside the 50-yard line and into Judson territory down to the 46. So we may have to hold everything here, folks. Again, it was clearly a neutral zone violation on Judson, as Trent Matthews makes the grab and tackles Tanner Price at the 46-yard line. Tanner, again, kudos, just shaking off Moody. Across the 45 he went, lowered his shoulder down to the 46. And Trent Matthews makes the hit, but it will be declined.
And he did all that with no shoe on. Actually lost his shoe around the line of scrimmage. And Tanner Price actually did all of that with one shoe.
Shoeless Price off the field trying to get his laces sewn up, but now it'll bring in the wild chap, Lewis Gilbo, with Dunn in motion here to the near side for the first time tonight. He goes to the far side. It'll be a zone read play. Back to pass out of the gun. Gilbo firing downfield, has a man, and it's complete. A low pass, but it was over the defenders just enough, and it's complete once again to Miles Berger, and the Chaps go inside the red zone down to the 15-yard line.
I love that play, Joe, and I'll tell you why. Anytime wild chap Lewis Gilbo comes in the game, everybody's expecting him to run the ball, and I guarantee that Judson defense was expecting him to run the ball as well. Talk about breaking your tendencies. That's exactly what the Westlake offense did there. Decided to throw the football, and look, they caught that Judson defense nap.
Price with his shoe back on has 2 wide receivers each way. They loaded up with wide receivers, 4 wides here. Johnston, the fullback, staying behind the line of scrimmage to block for Tanner Price. Now he moves from the right side of the formation to the left. On first down and 10 from the 15-yard line, it'll be a straight quarterback draw inside the 10-yard line down to the 9. Goes Tanner Price, so 9 yards away from pay dirt, and the offense really clicking now. And it starts with the protection. Tanner Price has yet to be forced out of the pocket out of his own will, and he's just been doing a fine job running the football tonight as well, Rod.
Yeah, and they're protecting whoever's throwing the ball, including Lewis Gilbo threw in that last play. Coming into this game, the guys only had 10 passing plays. That was his 11th. It might have been the biggest one of the year for him.
So it'll be second down at 4. First down at the 6-yard line out of the shotgun. Price will try to run the quarterback read play again. He bounces to the outside, but he's actually going to lose a yard here on second down, and he'll be dropped at the 10-yard line. Stephon Moody, the outside linebacker / defensive end. All these guys are hybrids just because of the speed that they have on defense. Again, you never know if Moody's going to get down in all threes or back up and go into pass protection or come in a late blitz. That time Moody just crashing down from his defensive end spot to nail Tanner Price on second down.
And that's why you won't see Judson do much blitzing. They have so many of those hybrid guys, they can always apply pressure.
On third down and 4, Price rolling out here to the near side, fires to a wide open Van Grommen, who just waltzes into the end zone. Touchdown Westlake.
Van Grommen somehow got lost in the shuffle, but once again, you talk about breaking the tendencies, and there I think that's just another result of Westlake deciding to break the tendency. Van Grommen has not been a threat pass catching in the red zone. There you see him use him as a receiver in the red zone, something he has not been all year. He gets his first receiving touchdown of the year.
Van Grommen, a sharp route out of the backfield, and looks like we will get a timeout here before the extra point as Coach Allman wants to visit about it. So we will take a 60-second timeout here from DW Rutledge Stadium in Converse, Texas. Again, it's Westlake 19, Judson 3. Back in a moment. This is Westlake football. Well, Rademacher decides to just go ahead and end it himself, and they take the one, do the Westlake Chaparrals. So again, it will be a 20-3 lead here for the Westlake Chaparrals. 4 minutes and 40 seconds remaining here in the first half, and so far it's been the Judson defense. And you would think that the Judson defense would be at least a little bit back on their heels from the passing attack. It's not necessarily the passing attack that's beating them, but it's the running that's setting up the big pass plays. What's beating them right now, Rod, is the combination of Van Grommen and Tanner Price running the football, and then all of a sudden when they get used to playing the run, boom, Tanner Price or Louis Gilbo hits them for a big play downfield.
I think you have to do is get the coaches a lot of credit here. What they're doing is staying balanced. That's what this Westlake offense has been predicated on all year. Is balance. 199 yards rushing is what they average, and 179 yards passing. So they're staying balanced, exactly what they're doing right now, and they're catching that Judson defense off guard. Also, they're breaking tendencies. Like I said, that last drive, the first receiving touchdown for Van Grommen, only his third reception of the year. That's breaking your tendencies. Charlie Copa, now he's a receiving threat in the last couple of weeks. We've seen him emerge, and Tim Johnson, we've seen him emerge in the last couple of weeks as well. That coaching staff breaking their tendencies and having faith in their guys, that those guys who haven't stepped up in the regular season in those roles will be able to step up in the playoffs when it counts.
No, none bigger, and you heard it during the pregame show. In fact, I don't know if you heard it in the car or if you got a chance to take a listen to it, but you just took the words out of Darren Allman's mouth. You never know in the playoffs. It's always those unsung heroes, those guys that aren't the big Showtime guys on the marquee, if you will, that step up and make big plays when they need them.
No doubt about it.
So Dylan Short on to kick it off from left to right on the ensuing kickoff with 4:40 left in the second quarter, and he'll drill this one out of the back of the end zone. In fact, it doesn't even come close to hitting the back line. It goes beyond and hits the what is the long jump track here on the south end of the stadium. So again, it'll be a touchback, and that time Dylan Short showing you just how much leg the left footer's got.
I mean, if he gets a little bit more air under it, he can get close to hitting the field goal there. So Dylan Short really showing his leg, and what that does is it puts the defense in great position. Not only does it show off his individual skill, but the defense now has a great job, has a great position starting on the football field, and it puts Judson at a disadvantage.
An 8-play, 94-yard drive took 3 minutes and 5 seconds off the clock. Of course, the 9-yard touchdown reception by Van Grommen, the capper. The handoff to Quaylon Jones. Jones, again, along the left side, out past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Bread and butter, still the menu of choice, if you will, for the Judson Rockets. They have no desire, down 17 with 4:24 to play in the first half, to try to throw the ball.
And they're going to do what they do best. And there's plenty of time left in this football game, not only the rest of this quarter, but then another half. So as long as they can go out and try to make some stops on defense and keep running the football effectively, they're okay.
Second down and 4 after the gain of 6. The handoff will stay up the middle. That'll be, again, Quaylon Jones. And check that. It's actually Arturo Reyes getting the carry there. Arturo Reyes out past the 26-yard line to the 27. So it's a gain of 1 yard, and now third down. And this is an important down here, as checking into the ball game for the Converse Judson Rockets is Leroyce Hall. Hall splitting out to the far side right. Again, out of the eye is Cody Boswell. They'll fake the handoff. Here comes the rush by Schwartz, firing out to the flat. It's complete to Reyes. Reyes reversing his field inside the 35-yard line. Nice move there at the first down marker to pick up the extra yardage. That's a pretty good-looking run there by Arturo Reyes, who we've seen predominantly here. Reyes, the senior, coming in as Kenyon Clack and Quaylon Jones have been not necessarily ineffective, but they have not busted a big play. That one on third down. That was a desperately moving chain there for the Judson Rockets, as they could not afford to give the ball back to Westlake.
Judson has had some success using their running backs as receivers.
First down and 10 on the 40-yard line. The handoff again going up the middle. This time it's Quaylon Jones. Jones trying to bang his way out past the 45-yard line to the 46. And that's a 6-yard gain here. And now Judson starting to speed up the momentum just a bit as Skalicki checks into the ballgame as a receiver.
And Judson's not going to be complicated here. You see the things they're doing are pretty simple. They're going to try to run the ball, get a chunk of yardage on first down, and get something manageable on third down.
Second down and a long 3. They run the toss play here to the near side. Trying to turn the corner is Quaylon Jones, and he goes down. James Robinson coming up and making the hit all the way back at the 39-yard line. A huge hit there as Robinson runs down Quaylon Jones.
And Quaylon Jones felt that he could get outside. Robinson does a great job with an open field tackle here, and that's going to be key for them the entire night on the Westlake defense, is tackling at the point of initial contact. If you can do that and you can hold this rushing attack to as little yards as possible, then you're going to have yourself a good night.
Well, it turns third and a short to third and long, a long 9. game. 2 wide receivers to the far side right. They run the delay draw right up the middle to Hilliard. Hilliard trying to turn the corner. He's close to the first down. He turns the corner at the 50-yard line and into Westlake territory. And a dangerous situation there on the sideline as he upends a Westlake player out of bounds. But not after he picks up the first down. Great call on 3rd down and 9, and the chains move again on 3rd down for Judson.
Second time we've seen on 3rd and really long, Judson go to that delayed draw play, and it's worked very well, and it's the same guy, Gabe Hilliard, who they want to get the ball to on that play. And he does a great job of hitting the hole initially and then getting to that second level and getting to the perimeter for the first down.
So it will be a 1st down and 10 from the 46-yard line. Hand off to the right side to Arturo Reyes, and he gets a couple of yards. Again, 20-3, Westlake with the lead. Just outside 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Elliot Arnold checking in, along with the young receiver, Leroyce Hall. Hall not even on our depth chart, but he has been in on several key plays on 3rd down as a diversion. No doubt a speed threat there. Not the tallest guy, but he can burn. Seen him run some very crisp routes on the outside, and he checks in here as a receiver here to the near side left. Power eye look out of the backfield. 2nd down and 8 from the 44-yard line. Rolling is Boswell. Here comes the pressure, and he is sacked inside Judson territory, and it's Bryce Hager all alone with the sack. And with that, Bryce Hager, defensively for the Chaparrals, picks up what is his 6th sack on the season, and it's a big one. This is going to force 3rd down, and the ball now just inside the 48-yard line. Let's go down to the sidelines at John Nidell.
Hey guys, if you're Westlake right now with a 20-3 lead, one of the reasons you got to feel really good about going up against this Judson offense is they do not have a Nate Askew like Madison did last week. And they were able to throw balls up, and Askew came down with it. But here's a 3rd down play.
3rd and 15 with 4 wides, 2 each way. Boswell looking, and he's not going to get out of the grass. Well, wait a minute. Yes, he does. Rolling here to the near side, trying to turn the corner, and does at the 50-yard line before a trio of Chaps nail him at the 48-yard line. Robinson there, along with Duran and Sean Potter. But what an effort by Cody Boswell. Boswell seemingly sacked up front defensively. With the sack was Cameron Bethke, but Bethke could just not bring him down. And it will be 4th down here in 15. And a timeout has been called by Westlake. We will take it with them. It's a 60-second timeout here. 48 seconds remaining in the half. It's Westlake 20, Judson 3. This is Westlake football. So good for the Westlake Chaparral defense. A punt here is going to be fielded by Shaw at the 18-yard line, and a trio of tacklers there forcing him out of bounds at the 21-yard line. But a flag is coming in on the far side. And John, I believe that face mask might be in the order there, as Colin Shaw just could not get away from it, but he might have been held by the face.
It is going to be a face mask. It'll put the ball at the 35-yard line. There's 37 seconds left. Westlake with 1 timeout. You definitely think they're going to try to get at least in field goal position here.
Well, at the end of the half last week, John, we saw just that. There was 41 seconds left on the second quarter clock, and it was a touchdown to Charlie Copa in the back of the end zone. Not 1 try, but 2 tries. On the second try, they were able to haul it in. So this offense is one that can move quickly downfield. So with 37 seconds, we'll see Westlake with the lead here in the second quarter, 20-3 in the area championship game. And it will be a 15-yard penalty here. It's going to put the ball at the 35-yard line, just like John Nidell said. And Tanner Price will come on. Van Grommen to his left. 2 wide receivers to the far side left, 1 here to the near side right. That's Purdue as the Chaps move from left to right here in the second quarter. So we welcome all of you to live coverage of Westlake football here in the area championship round in Region 4, the Division I 5A championships. Berger and Shaw split out to the far side left. Price in the backfield out of the shotgun. On 1st and 10 from the Chaparral 35-yard line. They run the zone replay right up the gut, now bouncing it to the outside with room is Van Grommen. Grommen across the 45-yard line, picks up 13 yards. Clock will stop, and it's 1st down and 10 Westlake.
And Westlake might have thought about coming out and trying to maybe run out the clock and not go down to get in field goal range. Van Grommen changes those plans with a great run like that. Now you have to actually think about going down and getting the scores on the board.
So Westlake will take their final timeout. It's interesting to note that Judson has all 3 timeouts. And we invite everybody to stay tuned to the Fritex Florist halftime show. Our good friends actually right across the street from A&B TV. Again, both presenting sponsors here for tonight's game. Fritex Florist, give them a call, 345-4142, or visit Freytags.com. That's Freytags.com. Against holiday season, everything coming up. What says it better than a nice floral arrangement for your Thanksgiving dinner? Or maybe you just want to send flowers to somebody that you're thinking about this holiday season. Rod, you got to send your mom flowers. You going home for for Thanksgiving? What are you doing?
I won't be able to go home. I got to do the game.
You gotta work.
Gotta work. But don't worry, flowers sounds like a good idea, brother.
Yeah.
That will.
Absolutely. So with 31 seconds, the Chaps will break the huddle on the far sideline. They'll come out with a 20-3 lead and 31 seconds to work with here on 1st down and 10 from their own 49-yard line. So the nose of the football just shy of midfield. Price out of the gun from the right hash. Johnston now moving from the right side of the formation to the left. They fake the handoff on the play action, firing downfield is Tanner Price. That pass is caught by, I believe, Charlie Copa, and that pass is caught for a first down. No, it is not a first down. It's a 9-yard gain, so the clock will keep working here on a 1st down and 10 from the 49-yard line. Chaps will spike the ball, and the clock will stop.
You see Charlie Copa once again, them utilizing him in the pass game, and what a great weapon he is at 6'6", 245 when he decides to go out into the flat or even go out across the middle. The fact of the matter is, even when he's not wide open, you can just throw it up, and even if you don't overthrow Charlie Copa, you'll definitely overthrow the defensive back. So what a weapon he is, and I like the fact that they're going to him more, breaking that tendency, and now defenses have to prepare for him, and he's going to allow for other guys who are bona fide playmakers who have been all year, like Miles Berger, Colin Sharp, Jason Prideaux, those guys to be able to work more downfield, while a guy like Charlie Copa works that intermediate zone there for Tanner Price.
So after the 9-yard pickup by Charlie Copa on the first down play, it'll be 3rd down and 1 because the 2nd and 1 play was used to spike the ball and stop the clock with 18 seconds. Trying to get at least maybe in field goal range here. No doubt a pass play coming up. 2 wide receivers to the far side left, 1 here to the near side right. On play action, Price with tons of time. Looking downfield, and he fires over the middle in between 2 defenders, and 6 seconds tick off the clock. And that pass is incomplete, intended for Colin Shaw. And it will be incomplete, and I believe that it was Miles Berger that was streaking down the field here on the near side who actually had some separation. And I know Rod was sitting here with his hands on his head thinking that Tanner Price just did not see him.
He did not see Miles Berger, but also Colin Shaw and Charlie Copa ran into each other while they were running their route, and Tanner Price was trying to throw the ball there. So it could have been catastrophe. Fortunately enough, it was not.
So 12 seconds, they'll go for it on 4th down and 1. Van Grommen will pick it up, and he is going down immediately. Again, that was more courtesy of Trent Matthews than anything else. I think there are 7 seconds, and with that first down run, the clock will stop briefly until the chains are set. There are 7 seconds, 1st down and 10 from the 38-yard line. Chaps lead 20-3, and they'll go ahead and spike the ball and stop it with 4 seconds to go. Again, that's the quickest 2 seconds I've ever seen. But on the snap of the ball, Tanner Price takes 1 second to get the ball and 1 second to snap it. So with 4 seconds and a 20-3 lead, the Chaparrals will try to get an opportunity here to put some points on the board. And from this position, it would be a huge field goal try. It would be a 65-yard effort by Cody Rademacher, so they're going to empty the backfield. And on 4th down, or excuse me, on 2nd down and 10, Price back to pass, now trying to get out of trouble, fires to the far side, and that one's picked off, and no one's in front of the interceptor, the person that intercepted the ball. And again, downfield, I believe it was Jordan Spice, and that right now, ladies and gentlemen, only the 4th interception on Tanner Price's 2009 campaign, but it could have been disastrous because Jordan Spice had nobody in front of him. Spice elected to go towards the middle of the field, and a nice play there by one of the offensive players that was just lingering in that play to Jordan Spice, I believe, coming in and making the stop on the far side. I believe is Tanner Price actually makes the call there. So again, dodging a bullet and down on the field with Darren Allman is our own John Nidell.
Coach, you guys were able to have some success on the offensive side of the ball, especially throwing deep. Talk about that.
Yeah, not as much as we'd like to have. We need to get them off of us a little bit. I think our running game has kind of kept us in the game. Miles has made 2 great catches, and Tanner's found him just at the right time. Both of those into the wind. It's kind of hard, or one of them into the wind, one of them with. The ball's a little off right now because there's a strong wind when we're going one direction and real strong wind with us going the other. So Tanner will feel better in the second half and give us a little bit better shot, but he's competing well. The offense is doing great. Defense has kept them in front of us, and we hadn't given up the big play yet. I feel like we'll win the game if we can do that.
Now, last week you guys had a 17-0 lead at halftime. You guys are up 17 right now. What do you tell your team about last week?
I knew you were going to bring that up for some reason. We got to go finish. You know, I think if you over-talk it and we go in there and bring that, I'm not bringing that up, I can tell you that. We're just going to go talk about what we've got to do to have success, and that's come out here and make a stop. They're going to get the ball first. We're going to try to make a stop and score fast and and keep the momentum. That's what we've got right now, and try to keep them from getting a pep rally. And we didn't do that a week ago.
Coach, thanks.
Okay, thanks, John.
Joe?
Hey, thanks very much. John Nidell on the sidelines with Coach Darren Allman. Again, he's not looking towards last week. Last week is over with because, again, as we all remember, that it took a fake punt deep in the Westlake territory to kind of ignite the Madison Maverick offense. Luckily, they've learned from their mistake. Our halftime score here from DW Rutledge Stadium in Converse, Texas, just on the northeast side of San Antonio. It's Westlake 20, Judson 3. When we come back, it'll be the Freitag's Florist halftime show again. Well, thank you very much. Live back, and I apologize for interrupting the interview there. Our own John Nidell visiting with the 4 linebackers, Lance Duran, Bryce Hager, along with the outside linebackers, Connor Byrne and Ellis Glogg. And we'll make sure we have that interview up on our website so you can hear it in its entirety. Again, there's some very fine thoughts there, but a little quick triggered are the folks here at Converse Judson as they decided to just go ahead and wipe out the final 3 minutes here. And the bands came on the field. It was a little drizzly. They got off the field in a hurry, so a little augmented halftime show, if you will. And again, the Freitag's Florist halftime show. Again, our presenting sponsor, the good folks at Freitag's Florist, doing business in Austin for over 37 years. Dylan Short on to kick it off. Again, you might remember the Chaps lost the toss, and the Converse Judson Rockets deferred to the second half, and Dylan Short drilling it 9 yards deep in the back of the end zone for the touchback. So it will be the Rocket offense we'll see here to open things up. Again, halftime score of 20-3, Westlake on the board, and they will start on defense here in the second half.
Dylan Short's been feeling good. The second time he's kicked the ball through the end zone. Maybe on that 65-yard fourth down field goal try that Tanner Price threw the interception on there. You should let Dylan Short try a 65-yard field goal. He's come pretty close tonight.
He has indeed from the 40. So again, if he's got that kind of pop, we are seeing Tristan Hernandez at quarterback now, and he is under center. The toss will go here inside, and it will be Kenyon Clack. Clack with the 5-yard gain out to the 25-yard line. Actually, check that. It's Gabriel Hilliard, and Hilliard actually out to the 5-yard line. And, you know, of all the backs, you know, we've heard a bunch about Kenyon Clack and Quaylon Jones, but right now, the two guys getting it done for me, Rod Babers, is Art Reyes and Gabe Hilliard, the backups here, as rotating running backs here for the Rockets.
I think the Converse coaches agree with you.
So it will be second down and 5. Hernandez with the inside handoff, and Hilliard going down as he approaches the 30-yard line. So it's a nice pickup of 5 yards. Didn't look very pretty, but it gained the significant yardage needed for the first down. It's actually, and both the line judges are actually waiting for the football. They finally get the ball back, and now the chains will move. It'll be a first down and 10 for the Rockets, down 17 points here as we are just underway from DW Rutledge Stadium here in Converse, Texas, on the northeast side of the San Antonio area. Checking in for the receiving corps is LaRoyce Hall, a senior wideout.
You wonder what adjustments that Converse Judson offense has made to try to be more productive in the second half. We see here they come out, they're a little roll here offensively.
They fake the toss to the far side, and the pass here to the near sideline is high and incomplete. Coming in is Campbell McCree. He kind of made Elliott Arnold there kind of flinch a little bit, but that pass was way upstairs, and Arnold was not going to be able to come down with it. So an incomplete pass on first down and 10 sets up second down and 10. And checking in is Jordan Montgomery, the 185-pound senior.
You know, that last play, Elliott Arnold turns around and try to catch the football. If he would have kept running straight, I believe Cody Boswell would have threw the ball right to him. He turned around initially and may have turned around a little prematurely.
Montgomery going in motion for the far side to the near side as Hernandez will give the inside handoff to the lead back. A nice little fake of the toss and an inside handoff going to Clack. Clack just banging around that left hash mark, and he comes up with a stinger in his thigh, but he is up and running in place and now running back to the huddle after the 5-yard gain. So a third down and long situation here as Schwartz checks in for the Westlake defensive line. Now Schwartz will check out, and they'll bring in an extra defensive back. Markham Sayers coming back onto the field. And it will be third down and a long 5. They try the sideline screen, and that one is batted down by one of the Chaps of the week, and that could be a live ball, and it is. It is a live ball. It was a backwards pass when Connor Byrne tipped it, and Connor Byrne tipped it, and it went backwards. That is a live ball, and we'll have to wait and see who recovers at the 10-yard line, and it is Chaparral football. At the 11-yard line, the Chaps come away with another takeaway.
Wow, you see Connor Byrne deflect the pass on the play, and it was a pass that was behind the line of scrimmage thrown backwards, so it's a live ball. And the Chaps recognize it. They're flying to the football, and so is Connor Byrne. They do a great job pursuing the football and coming up with the loose ball.
So on takeaway here, that's the first one of the night for Westlake. They had 3 in last week's ball game against the Madison Mavericks. Only 1 turnover in the ball game thus far. That was the interception to close the first half by Tanner Price. But now a tipped pass that went backwards from Tristan Hernandez, and they give the ball back to the Chaparrals just outside the 10-yard line, and it is 1st and goal Westlake. Just like that, the Chaps set up with a beautiful opportunity to go up even more. Shotgun set for Tanner Price, flanked by Van Grommen. 2 receivers here to the near side. The handoff goes to Grommen, and he's drilled right at the line of scrimmage. Oh, huge hit there on Van Grommen, right at the line of scrimmage.
And Van Grommen, usually we've seen him initiate the blow or initiate the contact so far here tonight. And there you see him, he gets hit hard by the Converse Judson defenders. But I like the approach right now of this Westlake offense, still sticking with the run. They're trying to stay balanced on offense. They're not trying to be one-dimensional.
20-3 lead here. 2 wide receivers here to the near side right. Again on the turnover. Van Grommen on 2nd and 10, picking up 2 yards down to the 8-yard line. Excuse me, I should say 2nd and goal. It now will be 3rd and goal inside 9:45 to play here in the 3rd quarter. Chaps with a lead. They kicked off here as Converse Judson won the toss, deferred to the second half, but a tipped ball by Connor Byrne on a backwards pass gave Westlake a live ball, and they recovered at the 10-yard line. So on 3rd and goal from the 8, 9.5 minutes to play 3rd quarter. Price is going to look to the end zone. Now he's going to try to run, and he's inside the 5-yard line before he's knocked down. Nice play defensively there. Up front is Kyrone Randolph, the 200-pound senior, and Randolph knocks Price off his knees at the 4-yard line. So a 4th and goal situation here, and a decision for the Chaparrals. Up 20-3. This offense has been able to move the ball forward, but it looks like for a moment they thought about going for it here at the Judson 4-yard line, but they're going to bring in the field goal unit.
And a big open field tackle by Kyrone Randolph, the senior, on that play to keep Tanner Price out of the end zone. Big play defensively for them, considering the great field position that the Westlake offense had.
This will be a 21-yard field goal here. Attempt for Rademacher, just a chip shot. The snap is down, the kick is up, and the kick is good. So with 8:39 to play here, 3rd quarter, Westlake now going up 20 points. Westlake 23, Judson 3. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Westlake football. Side hash mark. And no return as of yet for the special teams of Judson. They've pretty much taken that part of their game away from them, have the Chaparrals. Line drive kick, and it's going to hit at the 5-yard line and go into the end zone for another touchback for Dylan Short, doing his best impression of Justin Tucker. And the Judson Rockets will start down 20. 23-3 the score here with 8:39 to play here in the 3rd quarter. We're live from DW Rutledge Stadium. Let's go down to the sidelines and John Nidell.
Guys, last week everybody knows Westlake up 17 at the halftime. They blew that lead, but hung on at the very end. But what brought about that comeback by Madison was the fake punt at their own 20-yard line by Westlake. They took over on downs, Madison did, but right here, Westlake is the team that gets the turnover early in the 3rd quarter. They get 3 points off of it, but you mentioned it, a good job by Judson to keep it within a 3-touchdown lead.
On 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line, a power eye look. Montgomery going in motion from the near side to the far side, creating 2 wide receivers, and the handoff will go to the left side. Now leaping out of the way of tacklers on the carry. On the handoff from Tristan Hernandez was Arturo Reyes, and Reyes with the carry, dancing up to the 27-yard line. So again, it does not look like they get a whole lot of yardage, but when they do run the football, Rod Babers, they have some excellent blocking schemes up front that just burst forward for 6 yards and 7 yards at a time. Tristan Hernandez handing the ball off inside to Clack, and Clack dropped at the 28-yard line.
And what they do, they want to get that, you talked about the big chunks of yardage on 1st down. And, this is not a passing team. They're not comfortable passing the football. They want to get 3rd and very short, but they still have the option to run the football. Even if they're going to throw the football, they can throw it to the backs or tight ends or something short they can dump off, something manageable for their quarterback. So right now, they're in their comfort zone. They've been getting big chunks of yardage on 1st down, setting themselves up for 3rd and short.
Here it is, 3rd and 1, and they have a trio of backs in the backfield, all of them in the I formation. The handoff goes to the deep back on 3rd down and 1. And it's Quaylon Jones diving towards the 31-yard line, and the chains move again for the Judson Rockets. And with that first down, again, that first down, a presentation of A&B TV. Thanks so much for being a presenting sponsor tonight as we get an opportunity to take a look at several opportunities for the Westlake Chaparrals to convert on third down. So far, defensively, Judson owns that third down and fourth down conversion. Power eye look with a receiver to the far side right. Four-step drop, and now rolling the pocket is Hernandez, chased by Bryce Hager, has a man wide open, and that pass is caught at the 50-yard line. Oh, and a huge gain inside the 45-yard line down to the 33-yard line, and a beautiful play, but hold everything. There's a flag right at the 32-yard line, and where Bryce Hager was giving Tristan Hernandez chase, it's a huge gain down inside the 35-yard line, down to the 34. Quaylon Jones was off to the races, and he was the only man in the flat, but it looks like this one may be coming back.
And it looks like he may have been past the line of scrimmage when he threw that football, too. That could be close. I saw Coach Allman running down the referee frantically to try to get his attention, and I think that's what he was trying to tell the referee, that he was past the line of scrimmage when he threw that football.
That's exactly the call from our referee, Mike Massey. Again, the umpire is Mario Magali, and Michael Moore is our line judge. The back judge is Scott Johnson, and the field judge is Kenny Perry, and that's exactly the penalty. So what was a good first down play, in fact, a play that broke Judson into Westlake territory, comes back. So a break for Westlake. It'll be second down and 15. Power eye look at the backfield. Hernandez sending his receiver in motion here to the near side. That's Joyce. Rolling the pocket is Hernandez. Now firing here to the near side, and that pass is incomplete, intended right at the 35-yard line for the senior wideout, and it's LaRoyce Hall. And it's incomplete. Third down and long coming up for Judson.
And Judson right now in a situation they're very uncomfortable with, third and about 15, or third and 12 to 15 here. It's something that they don't do very well. They don't really spread the ball around. They don't spread the ball out there well. They like to run the football. They're a ball control offense. So as long as Westlake can keep them in these types of situations, that gives them an advantage, and it lets them dictate the tempo of the game.
And you wonder what happened to Cody Boswell. We have not seen him this half. Hernandez starting the second half for the Judson Rockets. He's back on a 5-step drop, fires here to the near side. Flat. Jones has it, but he's going to be dropped at the 28-yard line. Again, a loss on the play. And Ellis Glaw, once again, the outside linebackers crashing down on those flats and not allowing Quaylon Jones and the speed of the Judson backfield to get into open territory.
And usually when you're dealing with a screen pass, it makes the defense work a little harder. It works their speed works against them on that play. And there you see Ellis Glaw with the great open field tackle and does not allow for any extra yardage after their reception.
So on the punt, it'll be fair caught. Now check that. I thought maybe Colin Shaw had waved for the fair catch, but he turns the corner at the 50, down the left sideline to the 40, to the 30, 25, and he's knocked out of bounds just outside the 20-yard line at the 22. So what I thought was an opportunity for Colin Shaw to just catch the ball. I saw some sort of signal, but maybe he was just saying, hey, guys, get out of my way. I'm about to return this all the way down to the 22-yard line, because that's exactly what Colin Shaw did. A nice 33-yard return, easily the best punt return, and I'm going to say this right now, the best punt return since Louis Swope in Cedar Park.
And I think he might have been pointing out potential guys for his guys to block on that play, and Colin Shaw obviously saw something. He saw a seam and did a great job of hitting a seam full speed and great all-around blocking there for the punt return team. And you see now it puts them deep and almost in the red zone here.
So two plays, one the backward pass, which resulted in a turnover that gave Westlake first and goal in their first offensive possession. They'd have to settle for 3 on a 21-yard field goal by Rademacher. Now a punt return of 33 yards by Colin Shaw, setting them up at the Judson 22-yard line. So they've been playing with about a third of the field. 6:20 to go here, 23-3. Westlake with the lead and the football just outside the red zone. 2 wide receivers here to the near side right. 1 receiver to the far side left. From the left hash, Price out of the gun. They're going to fake the handoff. Price back to pass. The southpaw firing towards the 5-yard line, and that pass is caught, but a flag comes in. The pass is caught by Colin Shaw, but a flag comes in at the end of the play. And a nice pass there by Tanner Price as we wait to get the ruling. And this might be pass interference. I do see a flag on the field, but they're going to wave this one off. and declined the penalty. And it was a pass interference on the defenders for Judson. So the penalty will be declined, and it will be 1st and goal from the 5-yard line for Westlake, up 23-3.
Pass interference on number 21, Richard Griffin, I believe, on the play. He's the guy covering Colin Shaw. Colin Shaw just runs a skinny post on that play, and Tanner Price does a great job of throwing it on the line. A lot of contact underneath, and you see Colin Shaw go up and attack the football.
So on 1st and goal from the 5, the direct snap on the Wild Chap will go right up the middle. It looks like Tanner Price was trying to just vacate the backfield as soon as possible, but that was not even a designed pass play, as he didn't even take a step back to fake the drop back. He just took off the second he got the ball. And he advances it down to the 3-yard line. So it will be 2nd down and goal from the 3. Tanner Price out of the gun, flanked on the left side by Van Grommen. Johnson in front of him. 2 tight end formation with Sharpland and Copa. 1 receiver to the far side left. On 2nd and goal, the handoff will go up the middle, and Van Grommen diving into the end zone. Touchdown, Westlake. And Van Grommen getting into the end zone. The junior, who has touched the pay dirt 3 times, gets in for the 4th time this season. And it's a touchdown for Westlake and a touchdown for Van Grommen, who went right behind his big right tackle, Tyler Jones, and dove into the end zone for the score.
His 4th rushing touchdown. He has a receiving touchdown here today, too. So Van Grommen having a big night tonight.
Robinson on for the extra point. The snap is down, the kick is up, and the kick is good. So with 5:22 to play here in the 3rd quarter, it's all Westlake. They lead Judson here from D.W. Rutledge Stadium on the campus of Judson High School in the Judson Independent School District. It's Westlake 30, Judson 3. This is Westlake football. Capped by a 3-yard touchdown run by Van Grommen, his 2nd touchdown of the night. He has 1 receiving and now 1 rushing, and Dylan Short on for the ensuing kickoff, his 3rd one of the 3rd quarter. And this one hits the base of the field goal post and bounces out of bounds at the back of the end zone for the touchback. That's a huge leg from kicking from left to right. I'd like to see what he could do from right to left.
I think he could have got the 65-yarder. That's all I'm saying. I think he could have gave it a try. But I'll tell you what, you brought up the fact that the great field position that the offense of Westlake has been starting with, and that's been partly because Dylan Short has been nailing the ball through the uprights almost, and then starting Judson back in deep in their own territory, and they've done a great job. In fact, the matter is Gabe Hilliard, he's averaging 35 yards a kickoff return, so you want to keep the ball out of his hands. They've done a great job with that tonight.
Yeah, and Hilliard and Jones, the 2 best athletes on the field, back deep to receive. They just neutralized that part of their game. And we'll go down to John Nidell here in just a moment after the first down run by Kenyon Clack. He picks up 2 yards, and let's go down to the sidelines and John Nidell. John?
Guys, a quick update on Cody Boswell, starting quarterback for Judson. He took a shot late in the 2nd quarter. Bryce Hager hit him. He landed on his shoulder. He got up slowly. Looked like he was favoring that shoulder. He did continue to play until halftime, but right now he has his shoulder pads off and a hoodie on the sideline. No helmet. It looks like he's not coming back in this game.
Yeah, it's the 2nd straight starting quarterback that Bryce Hager has put on the sidelines in as many weeks here in the playoffs. Hilliard with the carry on the right side, out past the 22 to the 23, maybe a pickup of a yard on the play. That sets up 3rd down already here for Converse Judson. And again, even down 27 points with 4:35. Coach Jim Rackley and Mark Soto, the offensive coordinator, just choosing to stick with their bread and butter. They're just going to try to play Judson football no matter what happens and hope for an explosive play.
Right now, they are very content right now with just milking the clock and sticking to their running game. They've had some success. They've had runs of over 79-yard touchdown runs, 67-yard touchdown runs. So they break big runs, but right now you have to wonder if the clock will become their enemy in about 4 or 5 minutes here.
3rd down and 7 is now Montgomery going in motion, and Hernandez didn't like it, so he takes a timeout, and we will take one as well. With 4:02 to play here in the 3rd quarter, it's Westlake 30, Judson 3. This is Westlake football. And we welcome you back. 3rd down and 7 here for the Judson Rockets out of the timeout. The delay handoff to Hilliard, bouncing it down to the outside, completely runs over the Westlake defender out to the 31-yard line to pick up the 1st down. And on the working end of Gabe Hilliard was James Robinson, and he ran right over him for the 1st down.
Gabe Hilliard does a great job. First of all, used the stiff form to break those initial tackles and get to the perimeter, and then after that decides to give James Robinson a little bit of the business. So Gabe Hill's running hard, and like you say, he's one of the few bright spots for this Judson offense tonight.
I'll tell you what, a little paparazzi in the booth here. We need to watch out for that. First down and 10 from the 31-yard line. Inside handoff to Clack, and he goes nowhere. In fact, the ball may have come out briefly, but Clack seemingly falling back on top of it at the 31-yard line. So Judson will keep possession. And you give a mom a ride, and then she breaks out the camera, starts taking photos of you while you're calling the game here in the box. It's a beautiful thing.
Maybe she figures you're photogenic.
I doubt it. I mean, I'm on television, but, I'm only on television for about 55 seconds out of every 10 minutes. That's how much they appreciate me over at News 8 Austin. The toss to the right side, and now Hilliard running out of real estate immediately just before the 34-yard line.
And you have to wonder when Judson's going to decide. I think they threw the ball more when the score was close than they're actually throwing the ball now. So you have to wonder when they're going to take their shot downfield, considering almost 3 minutes, just 3 minutes left here in the third quarter.
Well, it's a 3-yard gain by Hilliard to the 35-yard line, so it will be third down and a long 5. Nose of the football, just shy of the 35-yard line. Again, the power eye look at the backfield. 2 wide receivers here to the near side left. Here comes the pressure. Hernandez firing into the near side, and it's intended here on the near side at the 50-yard line for the receiver, the senior wideout. And LaRoyce Hall had that ball just sail right over his head. So it's an incomplete pass, and it will be fourth down now for the Rockets. And you have to at least hand it to Jim Rackley and Mark Soto. They're trying to at least move the ball downfield with their backup quarterback Hernandez. Again, you heard John Nidell mention that Boswell on the sidelines, out of uniform, out of pads, so we will most likely not see him, but it'll be the second punt here for the Rockets, who have been stymied offensively by this Westlake defense. And it's a line drive punt. The last punt return for Westlake was a 33-yarder that set up the touchdown, and now Colin Shaw still on his feet at the 35-yard line out to the 40, and that's where his knee will touch down at the 40-yard line. So again, decent field position here for the Westlake Chaparrals as they will start up 30-3 with 2:27 to play in the third quarter. And I don't want to make too much of a guess of this, but considering the play calling, I'm not too sure if they even have the personnel, do the Rockets, to ignite a passing game, if you will, Rod. But I don't want to say that this team is throwing in the towel, but they're doing everything that they know what to do, and it's just not working.
You're exactly right, and they may not have the personnel to go downfield, but I still think maybe you should throw the ball on second down instead of throwing it on third. Throw the ball on second down and third down as opposed to just throwing the ball 1 out of 3 times. So I think you have to try to give yourself more of a chance to win, more of a chance to be successful.
First down at 10, and the give is to the running back, Bryce Dolezal, who breaks a tackle at the 50-yard line and then finally caught from behind inside the 40. Again, an excited defender there by Jordan Spice. Jordan Spice getting up, celebrating the fact that Bryce Dolezal just crossed the 40-yard line down to the 36. It could have been worse for Jordan Spice. He made a great play, but not until after a 24-yard pickup by Bryce Dolezal on the first down, and that first down a service of A&B TV. Again, very quickly to the line of scrimmage are the Chaparrals, and Tanner Price looking to the sideline. They're going to go ahead and call the play. They're wasting no time. The handoff will go to Van Grommen right up the middle on first down and 10. He'll gain about 2 yards on the play, and it'll be second down and 8 coming up for the Chaps.
See the Chaps establishing the run game on that play. Bryce Dolezal makes a great run, a great explosive play. The key for all that has been the offensive line. They've been blocking very well all night.
Price on second down and 8, inside 150 to play here. Price exits stage right. Now it's Lewis Gilbo in at quarterback. And it'll be a one tight end set here, 2 wide receivers each way. And now Gilbo's going to take off running. And Gilbo dancing inside the right hash mark. Doesn't have much to work with there. Picks up a couple of yards. And it will be a third down and 5 situation coming up for Westlake.
And Corey Jones, the defensive end, makes the play there. And this defense for Judson has to be getting a little frustrated. They need a big play. They need some of their guys, the leaders on this defense, to step up and make some big plays right now. They can't seem to do anything to stop this Westlake offense.
So on third down, and it's officially a long 6, 2 wide receivers to the far side left and 1 going in motion here. That's Dolezal yet again. Price now looking to pass, still looking. He's going to be flushed out of the pocket. Now he runs to the far side, still dancing around the line of scrimmage, fires into the downfield, and that pass at the 15-yard line is caught by Colin Shaw. Shaw to the 10, to the 5, and is he into the end zone? No, he is not. He is out just shy of the pylon at the 1. First and goal Westlake And again, that first down is service of A&B TV. Folks, it's the only local Austin store that you need to go to, A&B TV. Again, when you have an opportunity to go out, enjoy their pre-Black Friday promotions. Make sure you go out tomorrow before the A&M game, before all the crowds after the Thanksgiving holiday. Get out and check out all of the TVs that they have in store for you. That's A&B TV, again, locally owned and operated since 1967, just north of Burnett Road on West Anderson Lane. A&B TV right across from Freitag's Florist to get your place for a TV this holiday season. First and goal from the 1. Price is going to hand it off right up the middle, and that is a touchdown run. And I believe Van Grommen is the young man that got the call again. He was the only back in the backfield. He got the call. That is his 3rd touchdown of the night, his 2nd one rushing, and that is a touchdown, Chaparrals.
Van Grommen with his 3rd touchdown tonight. Tim Johnson with a great block on that play, but all of that made by Tanner Price and the great play he made previous to that one. And the guy had a great poise on that play, great football acumen. Actually had the poise to not cross the line of scrimmage before he threw that football. He actually looked at the pylon, looked where he was on the field, and decided to throw the football.
With 47 seconds remaining, the snap down, the kick up, and the kick is good for Rademacher. It's Westlake 37, Judson 3. This is Westlake football. It's off the clock, a 1-yard touchdown run by Van Grommen, his 2nd rushing touchdown of the evening, his 3rd overall, and Dylan Short doing what Dylan Short has done with the wind at his back here in the 3rd quarter. But this time it's going to be returnable by Quaylen Jones. Jones out past the 10, now shakes the tackler to the 20, shedding tacklers, but he's going to be brought down at the 21-yard line. So just when we thought Dylan Short was just going to try to muscle this one up, at 37-3 the score, Rod, they just want to see how the special teams can play against a guy like Quaylen Jones and Gabriel Hillard.
Yeah, and Quaylen Jones, he might have brought that kick out ill-advised. He caught the kick about 5 yards deep in his own end zone. I think he just decided, hey, I'm just going to try to go out here and just make a play. Dylan Short still doing a good job of pinning them deep. And the special teams right now in this game have been playing phenomenal, including the return and the coverage units.
So it will be first down and 10 here. 40 seconds remaining here in the 3rd quarter. The handoff will go up the middle to Quaylen Jones. Jones bouncing it outside briefly and falling forward for about a gain of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7 coming up. And Quaylen Jones has been sporting a limp for about 2 quarters. It happened in the 2nd quarter. And one thing that you can say about this Westlake defense, again, they get knocked for not being the biggest defense in the world, but they are fast and athletic. But that does not mean they can hit. Again, they've already taken the quarterback, Cody Boswell, out of the game, and now one of the best backs in the San Antonio area limping visibly here in Quaylen Jones.
And just sometimes people think just because you're fast that you're not physical, and that is not the case for this Westlake team. They are fast and they are very physical.
On 2nd down and a long 6, Hernandez rolling the pocket, firing to the far side. That pass is caught by Montgomery. A great catch there, and it will be a catch for a first down, and the chains will move, but just outside the 31-yard line is where the ball will be placed, and it's first down and 10 for the Judson Rockets, but that will be the final play of the 3rd quarter. So after 3 quarters of play, it is all Westlake out of the locker room. The Chaps leading here in the area championship round in Division I 5A, a right to go to the region quarters. Again, Westlake after 3 quarters leading here from D.W. Rutledge Stadium. It's Westlake 37, Judson 3. This is Westlake football. Well, on the first play of the 4th quarter, Tristan Hernandez rolled out here to the near side, but he couldn't find anybody, so it was off to the races towards the left hash mark. He actually picks up some positive yardage, and the first down and 10 now turns into 2nd down and 3 after the 7-yard pickup. The ball advancing out to the 38-yard line in Judson territory. After this play, we'll go down to the sidelines. Some folks loosening up for the Chaparrals. No doubt we'll see some more personnel get into the area championship game. The toss will go here to the near side. Quaylen Jones shaking off tacklers. Campbell McCree misses him, and Quaylen Jones down the right sideline. Inside the 30, the 20, the 10, 5. Touchdown, Quaylen Jones, and he is limping badly after he scored that touchdown, but he gets into the end zone for the 21st time this season, and Quaylen Jones busting a huge touchdown run for the first 6-pointer of the night for the Judson Rockets.
Quaylen Jones with this, he has a 75-yard touchdown run on the season already, and there's his 2nd longest touchdown run of the year. And I'll tell you what, he can't even celebrate with his teammates because he is he's so hurt and in so much pain, obviously, walking off the field. The coaches have come to join him, and so have a couple of his teammates, but it still doesn't stop his great effort that he gave on that play. You know, he was in pain. You talked about it even before that run. You saw him limping around, but then you saw him give his maximum effort on that play. Great job by Quaylen Jones.
A 62-yard scamper, and we see the field goal unit here, the point after touchdown group. And Filippo Out of the hold of Skalicki, knocks it through the uprights, and with 11:15 to play in the fourth quarter, Judson getting on the board. Westlake 37, Judson 10. This is Westlake football. Drive that took 1 minute and 25 seconds off the clock, but the big one, the 62-yard burst of speed from Quaylon Jones, his 21st touchdown of the season. And when you're a sophomore and in a district like they are, again, it's not necessarily the Rock'em Sock'em district that's 26 or 27 5A, but when you put up those kinds of numbers, they're like players that are out there that are called finishers, and Quaylon Jones is definitely a finisher. They're going to try an onside kick, but the whistles are going to blow, and it looked like we might have had a bit of an issue here. A timeout actually was called. Not too sure. I think it was called by Westlake. Let's go down to the sidelines. John Nidell. John?
Guys, Preston Dewey was warming up before that last touchdown by Quaylon Jones, but right now Tanner Price, it looks like he might be in the huddle. He might come in this game down or up 27, but so this is one of the more complete performances Westlake has had this season, and you got to go back to those first 5 or 6 ball games. Westlake played playoff teams in every single one of those first 6 games, and this season they're 5-1 against 5A playoff teams, and you know that just makes you a battle-tested football team, and Westlake's proving that so far in the playoffs.
What's funny about that, it's actually when you look at it, they get their nose bloodied in District 25 5A, and a couple of years ago that was not the case. Westlake coasted because they were in an Austin city limits district. They didn't really have to play anybody special, but over the years with growth and expansion, coaching that has come up from the greater Houston area, young guys getting their first opportunities as a head coach in the Central Texas area, it's really elevated the play of football in Central Texas. And there was a time where teams weren't necessarily, a Westlake squad was not necessarily battle tested, and they kind of had a free ride to the playoffs every single year, and then they'd come up against a team maybe from the greater Houston area or down in the San Antonio area that they just could not figure out because they had no idea how to win against those ball clubs. That's not the case here this season in the 09 campaign. So again, with a try for the onside kick, Lewis Gilbo actually took a bloody shot right there at the 48-yard line, but it looked like number 9 actually comes out of the bottom of the pile with the football. In fact, he does. He hands it right to his head coach because Lewis Gilbo took an absolute pop at the 48-yard line. Kudos to him for just hanging on.
In a very well-executed play, onside kick by Judson. They actually timed that out perfectly, and those guys got there as soon as the ball got there. And it was unfortunately for Lewis Gilbo, but he did a good job of hanging on to the football, but he definitely took a shot.
The Chaparrals moving from right to left. We'll see Jackson Smith along with Tyler Luxian split out here to the near side left. Tanner Price in the ball game. Johnson, the fullback, in front of the backfield. On play action, here comes a weak side blitz. That pass out in the flat, caught, juggled, and Gromman has it. Gromman inside Judson territory, down to the 40, to the 35, and he's knocked out of bounds at the 32-yard line. It's a huge pickup for Van Gromman, and an excellent play there. What Coach Allman told us in the pregame interview, Rod, was that his quarterback, Tanner Price, was a warrior. He does not panic even with the linebacker bearing down on him, and no doubt when you see number 59 coming right at you there, Zach Tuine, you could panic, but Tanner Price didn't. Fires it right out to Van Gromman, and they pick up an easy first down, a gain of 20. And on first down and 10 from the 32-yard line, Van Gromman again with the call, and he advances it 2 yards, second down and 8.
And Van Gromman seems to be the hot hand, and Coach Allman is giving it to him. He's kind of feeding the beast right now, and he's shouldering most of his offensive load for Westlake.
Van Gromman and Tanner Price in the backfield. Johnston in front of them as the fullback. 2 wide receivers, and Luxian and Smith. Tim Dunn split out to the far side right as the Chaps move right to left here in the final quarter of play. Up 37-10 with 10.5 minutes to play here at D.W. Rutledge Stadium. Now Tanner Price on the no-step drop fires towards the far sideline. Pass caught by Tim Dunn, and Dunn hit immediately, but not before he gains positive yardage out to the 22-yard line. And this looks to be good enough for a first down. It's close, but we will see if they move the chains. It's right at the 21-yard line, maybe a hair shy of the first down, and that is the case. It'll be third down and inches here for the Chaps, as Tim Dunn will split out here to the near side left. And a 2 tight end formation here with both Sharplin and Charlie Copa. A look to the sideline on 3rd and inches, inside 10 minutes to play. Everybody hugging the line, just trying to pick up the first down. Are the Chaparrals? They heave forward with Tanner Price, and that is enough to the 21-yard line, technically the 20.5-yard line for the first down. And that first down brought to you by the good folks at A&B TV. Locally owned and operated since 1967. Again, they're people who care. The largest selection of HD TV speakers and audio equipment, all of them right there just north of Burnett Road on West Anderson Lane. Their knowledgeable sales staff can answer all of your questions in the world of HD TV. It's not HD TV if you not get it at A&B TV. And again, our first down sponsors tonight, A&B TV, right there on West Anderson Lane, just to the north of Burnett Road. First down and 10 from the 20-yard line. Pre-Black Friday sale for the TV, but live on the Jumbotron right now. Westlake just outside the red zone, and now they're in the red zone with that handoff up the middle from Lewis Gilbo, who takes over the quarterback duties. He hands it off to Van Grommen again, right up the gut. And Westlake now just kind of going for the jugular. All run game here for the Chaparrals as they cruise into the red zone on 2nd down and 7. Tanner Price back in there. Van Grommen flanking him. Price will look to the sidelines along with the other offensive personnel. Into the ball game here is Jeremy DiGiovanni. Smith split out here to the near side left. One receiver to the far side right. Now out of the gun. Price is going to run it himself. Bounces it to the outside to the 15, down to the 10. Picks up the first down inside 10-yard line, down to the 9. 1st and goal, Westlake. Let's go down to the sidelines with John Nidell.
Yeah, guys, Coach Allman obviously wanting to put another touchdown on the board so he can get his backups in there. I mentioned before that last series, Preston Dewey warming up, but Judson with that score, they wanted to bring Tanner Price in for another series, but you know the backups will be coming in if Westlake puts it in the end zone right here.
On a nice block there. We really see the value of Tim Johnston, especially when they run that zone read play or call the quarterback draw, as he blew up his intended blocker. 2 wide receivers and DiGiovanni and Smith. 17 and 18 lined up here to the near side left. 1 man to the far side right. That's done. Price out of the gun on 1st and goal from the 8. They fake the handoff. Now fire here to the near side. That pass is caught at the 5. Diving for the goal line, I believe on the reception, was Jeremy DiGiovanni. No, check that. It's Tim Johnston with the grab. Not 47, not 17, as he came flanking out of the backfield. Nice little pass that we've seen. Kind of a drag pass right there in the flat, and a nice grab again, and a huge hit. More so by Tim Johnston than the man that tackled him, Trent Matthews. 2nd down and goal from the 1-yard line. Handoff goes to Bryce Hager, and Hager is into the end zone. Touchdown, Westlake. And that might be the final nail in the coffin for the Judson Rockets this evening, as Bryce Hager is into the end zone. When it's doesn't matter what down it is, but when they're 1 yard away from pay dirt, there's only one man to give it to if you're Westlake, and that's number 44, and he's in for the 2nd time tonight. He had 1 score in the 1st quarter, and he cleans it up here in the 4th quarter with another touchdown run. His 7th of the season, and Rademacher on for the extra point. Out of the hold of Robinson. Snap is fumbled, and now Robinson's going to have to roll out, fire towards the end zone, and that pass is incomplete. It was going to be intended for Charlie Copa, but again, a low snap wasn't dug out successfully by Robinson, so they'll have to settle for an incompletion on the conversion try. So with 7:43 remaining in the ball game, it's Westlake 43, Judson 10. The live coverage of Westlake football here. A 8-play, 52-yard drive that took 3 minutes and 29 seconds off the clock. A 1-yard touchdown run by Bryce Hager, his 2nd of the night. A little chip shot here as Westlake trying to work on some things here. Up 43-10 here in the 4th quarter, and the kickoff is fielded by Elliot Arnold. Arnold making his way out to the 32-yard line, and that's where he'll be dropped at the 32, and it will be 1st down and 10. Looks like we might have a Judson player shaken up on the play, and that's exactly the situation here, as Arnold, the man who was tackled, is limping to the sideline and barely putting any power on that left leg. So let's hope Elliot Arnold is okay. Again, one of many seniors here tonight for the Converse Judson Rocket offense, and you hate to see that in what appears to be the final game for the Judson Rockets. And now Hernandez under center with a 3-step drop, fires here to the near sideline. Now we start seeing some passes here, and that's a quick strike out to the 36-yard line. Nice pickup of about 4 yards on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 6, and the first time we've seen a quick out there for the Rocket offense, as Leroyce Hall checks into the ball game as a receiver. Nice pop there at the end of the play by Markham Sayers. Hernandez breaks the huddle, a receiver each way. Power eye look at the backfield. Under center is Hernandez. Hernandez now going down deep, one-on-one coverage downfield, and that pass is out of bounds, intended for Montgomery at the 40-yard line, and it was just too far out of bounds. Not enough real estate there for Montgomery to really go get the football. So uncatchable. Nice defense there as now we're starting to see a little bit of prevent defense for the Chaparrals.
And Markham Sayers with great coverage on that play. You hear defensive coaches always talk about cutting the receiver off there. He cuts the receiver off. The receiver running a deep route. He cuts him off, forces him out of bounds, and forces the throw inevitably out of bounds as well.
Some second-teamers in there with some first-teamers, and now the toss to Hilliard, and Hilliard's trying to outrun everybody to the far side, but give credit where credit is due. Ellis Glaw coming in there and making the pop, and at least, or hold on one second, we'll actually try to get you who made that tackle on the far side. And the uniform was kind of bunched up there at the end of the play, but we get a look at it here on the replay. And making the play there is number 28, and I don't believe we have a roster number for 28, so he's got to be a JV call-up because I don't believe we have anybody on the roster for number 28. And in fact, our spotter, Eric Kennedy, dialing up 28 on his fancy schmancy XL product here that helps us out with spotting, and we don't have a 28, do we, Eric? No, we do not. So, again, whoever you are, nice job.
It really was a really great open field tackle by 28. No name right now.
And actually, I think we're getting word from our sideline reporter, John Nidell. Was that Nathan Peavy wearing number 28?
It's actually, he's wearing number 19, so it's Nathan Peavy.
So his uniform's all kinds of messed up then because we can't see it. We're 9 miles away from the field here at DW Rutledge. So, again, nice job there, John Nidell, at least with somewhat good vision, as Westlake will have to punt it away for the first time here in the second half, and a good one it is, as Rademacher gets one off inside the 30 and down to the 25-yard line. So with 6:11 to play here in the first, or excuse me, I apologize there. I'm getting a little ahead of myself. Thanks, Brian. I appreciate that. Now everybody keeping us all in check. Well, it's not John Nidell. It's our statistician, Brian Ferguson, who's off to Hawaii next week. Are you going to miss him, Rod?
Miss him very much.
Yeah, I'm going to miss him too.
No doubt about it.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Hey, it's 43-10, folks, and Westlake's going to get the ball back after a Judson punt. That would be their fourth one. Preston Dewey in at quarterback, the 191-pound junior, getting an opportunity here. Two wide receivers to the far side right, one here to the near side left. Jackson Smith, the receiver here. Blake Brown in at fullback. And you wonder if we'll get a chance to see some of Chase Brooks, who had an electrifying game at Berger Center against Aikens in that 55-7 win. Bryce Dolezal has fumbled the football, and the ball has come out, and we will see who actually gets on the ball to recover it, and it will be Westlake. So, again, Bryce Dolezal never really got a clean handoff there as the ball is fumbled, but advanced at least 1 yard, so second down and 9.
Things are going your way, they're going your way. You fumble the football and still end up gaining a yard on playing recovering it as well.
So Lewis Gilbo in at quarterback now. Two wide receivers to the far side right, one here to the near side left. That's Jackson Smith. Sometimes I envy John Nidell being so close to the action down there on the sidelines. On second down and a long 9, it'll be Gilbo himself, and a beautiful play made there defensively, and coming up and making the pop for the Rocket defense there was Trent Matthews. Matthews hitting actually Tyler Luxian that got the carry out of the right slot receiver position. In the slot right, he came around the end. It's the old Bryce Dolezal play that they run when the sophomore gets in there. This time it's Luxian running that play and gaining about a yard out to the 27-yard line. So it will be third down and a long 8. Blake Brown checking back into the ball game. Preston Dewey again at quarterback. Jackson Smith split out here to the near side left, one receiver to the far side right. Shotgun set here for Dewey on third down and 9 with 4:43 to play. Westlake with a huge lead, 43-10. Dewey with all kinds of time. He'll go downfield. He has a man, but it's going to be juggled and knocked out of the hands. In fact, that probably was a better play on the part of Tim Dunn, just knocking that ball away from his defender and downfield for the Judson Rocket defense. I believe that was number 25, Trevon Gamboa, and Gamboa actually was in good position to pick off that ball for the Judson Rockets, and Tim Dunn doing everything he could to just get his arms out there, and he actually knocked away the football.
Tim Dunn, actually the quarterback should credit Tim Dunn on that play. He does a great job. The ball was overthrown on the play, but he doesn't give up on the play and allows to break up that pass, allows for Westlake to punt the football.
So now Westlake will punt for the first time tonight, and it'll be a high snap. Getting it away nicely there is Rademacher, and he'll drill it down inside the 40-yard line and taking it at the 45-yard line and tripped up immediately is Zachary Jimenez. Jimenez out to the 50-yard line before he's tripped up at the 49. So in good position for Judson to run some plays from scrimmage here, as Tristan Hernandez will take the field again for the Judson Rockets. You know, you spend, we've been doing games since the latter part of August, and first week of September is when Westlake played Cedar Park. And you look at a red jersey long enough, and you're looking down there's a lot of red. White and red for Westlake, red and white for the Judson Rockets. Again, just two storied programs. Not only do they look alike, they play alike. And again, it looks like Westlake's going to come out here with the edge. This is the third game of the series between these two 5A powerhouses, and Westlake going to up the ante a little bit, going to 2-1 lifetime against the Converse Judson Rockets. And the toss, obviously, to a little bit healthier Quaylon Jones. He tried to juke Ellis Glaw, but then he's met again by the weak side help. And that's when Quaylon Jones, he's enjoyed that all season long. The ability to use his offensive line, those guards stunt and move out that direction. He tries to pick up blockers, but against this Westlake defense, it just has not been there for Quaylon Jones and the running game. He jukes Ellis Glaw briefly, and then right there to wrap him up at the end. And we do have a number 28 on the field. I'm not blind. That is a 28. And we will try to get you who that young man is. But that is number 28 making that tackle. And that's the second time he has made that tackle this evening in his consecutive series. Now Hilliard banging up his way up the middle in between the hash marks inside the 40 down to the 35-yard line. And after a huge gain there, Hilliard's actually very lucky that he was able to stay on his feet there, but Westlake again with a little shaky tackling there, but that's more shifty running from a player with a low center of gravity as Hilliard just shot through the hole there after a nice hit defensively for Zach Clark. And the toss will stay with Arturo Reyes. Reyes wrapped up immediately by Bruskern. Doug Bruskern with his 11th tackle on the season, and Bruskern slowing down Arturo Reyes, who's been a tough runner inside tonight for the Rockets as well, Rod.
Yeah, no, a lot of storylines. You brought up the fact that the running backs and Arturo Reyes and Hilliard have both been having pretty decent games, but you can see the seniors are kind of getting most of the carries here, and both of those guys seniors on this football team. I think coach is trying to give those guys a good final salute.
And Hilliard there on with the carry on 2nd and 4, angles his way inside the 20 down to the 19, so that will pick up the first down. And with that, we go down to the sidelines and John Nidell. John.
Well, Joe, you mentioned the winning tradition between these two schools, some things they have in common. Another thing these two schools have in common, earlier this decade, Westlake thought about building a second high school. They ended up building a 9th grade center. I'll finish after this play.
On 1st down and 10 from the 19-yard line. Again, Hilliard with the call. He shakes a tackler in the backfield, Schwartz, but he's dragged down at the 15-yard line and dragged out of bounds by Lewis Gilbo, who's getting some time at free safety. John?
9th grade center earlier this decade. Judson in 2005, they were a school that had their own school district just like Westlake does, but in 2005 they built a second high school, Wagner High School, and you got to think, it's been 4 years, they've still been able to win football games, but you got to think that that's taking away some players away from Judson.
Well, it happened in Hayes too when they added their second high school to the consolidated play action pass, and now wide open in the end zone for Judson is Montgomery. Oh, what a great play fake there by Tristan Hernandez. Hits him wide open in the middle of the end zone for the touchdown. Touchdown Judson, as Tristan Hernandez has his first touchdown pass of the season.
Jordan Montgomery, another senior on this team, and I really think that Coach Rackley is trying to send these guys off with a good, a good salute here, and considering they won't be moving on, they won't be playing any more football, he wants to get those guys in and get those guys some good memories of their final game here for Converse Judson.
On for the extra point for the Rockets is San Filippo, and he bangs it through the uprights. The point after touchdown good, and with that, with 2:19 to play here in the fourth quarter, it's all Westlake. Westlake 43, Judson 17. This is Westlake football. Play 51-yard drive that took 2 minutes and 5 seconds off the clock, and a little swan song there for Jordan Montgomery as he catches a 19-yard touchdown pass to probably close out his high school career. That's a nice little parting shot there for Montgomery. The kickoff will go into the end zone for the Rockets. As Sean Potter was back deep to receive, he'll watch it go out of the back of the end zone for the touchback. And for the first time tonight, here in the second half, I should say, Westlake starting at their own 20-yard line. They've started from all the way back near their own 6, and that was actually one of the drives of the game. And 94 yards the Chaparrals went in the second quarter, and the result was a touchdown. And it's been impressive all night. As John Nidell mentioned, the offense, the defense, and the special teams all dialing in a near-perfect ball game. And it will be Preston Dewey quarterbacking the Chaparrals here late in the fourth quarter with 2:19 to play, and the Chaparrals up 43-17. 2 receivers to the far side right, 1 here to the near side left. 6 men in the box now, and Preston Dewey's trying to take off, and he will lose a yard back to the 19. Pretty good coverage there defensively for the Judson Rockets, and in there on the stop was Aris Parker, and Parker making the hit, the defensive end, on Preston Dewey, which is technically a 1-yard loss and a sack for Parker, his first on the season.
As Parker came on the blitz that time, he's just blitzing an A-gap and does a good job pursuing the football. Once Preston Dewey starts that initial fake, he does a good job pursuing the football and ending up with the tackle.
Gilbo in at quarterback with 2 wide receivers to the far side right, 1 here to the near side left. That's Jackson Smith. Now Gilbo out of the shotgun with the fullback in front of him, Zach Clark. Going in motion here to the near side, and now Gilbo's going to run it right up the middle, and climbing on the back is Aris Parker, and Parker got on top of number 9, and Gilbo goes down at the 23-yard line, and a timeout has been called by Judson. We will keep it here with 1:24 to play in the ball game. Westlake up big here from D.W. Rutledge Stadium. Again, storied history of Converse Judson football. We're talking about a team that has had 33 consecutive winning seasons. A team this year went perfect in District 27 5A, 7-0 record. Again, their only losses to Smithson Valley out of District 26 5A, a 28-13 loss on September the 4th, and on September the 11th, a 42-21 loss to Pflugerville, a team that we know quite a bit about, George Herman's club up in Pflugerville. But ever since then, an 8-game winning streak, and impressive football, and it will all come to an end tonight as they just ran into a buzzsaw. A complete game performance for the Westlake Chaparrals, but you have to hand it to the Converse Judson Rockets. It's very difficult in any league. It doesn't matter if you're playing Pop Warner or the NFL to go undefeated, especially in district play, but they have done so this season here in 2009. Nothing to hang their hats about this evening. They put up 17 points here in the ball game, but this game was over by the second score of the third quarter as Westlake came out of the locker room, and they had no intention of relinquishing this lead. Joe Taylor alongside lifetime Longhorn Rod Babers. John Nidell down on the sidelines. 3rd down and 6 for Preston Dewey out of the timeout. Now Preston rolling to the far side right, firing downfield. Gets a high pass up in the air, and it's going to be picked off by Trent Matthews. Matthews with his first interception of the season, and he returns it down to the 31-yard line before he's knocked out of bounds. And Trent Matthews again down to the 31, and he was hit hard out of bounds, and he actually comes up hobbling. That'll be the 3rd person to come out of the sidelines there hobbling, and they're actually going to call him down because after that interception, he tried to run back onto the field and get off the field on his own power, and that's unfortunate there, as you can see on our replay, where Matthews just got absolutely drilled, but he'll try to make it to the sideline now as he comes up hobbling. And that's an unfortunate situation there for the junior late in the ballgame with 1:14 to play. But it's an interception nonetheless for Judson, the 2nd interception thrown by the Chaparral offense tonight. And it will be Tristan Hernandez back in the ballgame here with a 43-17 deficit, obviously just trying to get some positive work done, but it's been a pretty positive fourth quarter for the Judson Rockets.
And Trent Matthews, he tried to jump over a defender on that play, and the receiver, Jackson Smith, pretty much nailed him while he was in the air, and I think that was the reason for the injury.
Tristan Hernandez with the handoff up the middle, down to the 25-yard line, getting a carry there.
I've seen several this rabble-rousing speeches going on the sidelines for Converse Judson, and I think everybody's been there before. A lot of those guys are seniors, and their last time out there, they want these guys to show some pride.
Inside the 20-yard line, Arturo Reyes getting the call here on 2nd down. He'll march the ball inside the red zone down to the 16-yard line, and that will come close to moving the chains, and it will. 1st down and 10, just outside the 16-yard line are the Rockets, and now they're on the move with 48 seconds to play here. Receiver lined up tight to the far side left. Power eye look in the backfield. And the handoff will go right up the middle, and Stung is the running back there, and I believe it's Jamar Rowan, and Jamar Rowan absolutely crushed there. Actually, no, it's Anthony Bray getting the call. Anthony Bray out of the backfield, and now we see Montgomery come back in the ball game on 2nd down and 9. Montgomery will split out wide to the left with a tight end here to the near side. Power eye look at the backfield. Hernandez rolling that direction, looking Montgomery's way, fires his way. The pass is caught at the 5. He eludes a tackler, and the ball comes out, and it will belong to Converse Judson, and it will be a 1st and goal inside the 4-yard line. Jordan Montgomery absolutely hammered, but he was able to recover it immediately and set up 1st and goal, and Judson has an opportunity to score with 11 seconds to go in the ball game.
Jordan Montgomery just runs a curl route out there and ends up free in the flat. The Westlake defense does a great job of coming up to nail him initially and knock the ball out.
And the handoff will go inside and stopped short of the goal line are the Rockets. And a timeout has been called. Let's go down to the sidelines at John Nidell.
Well, Joe, you mentioned Judson's record in district play going undefeated, but it is important to note, you mentioned it, this District 27 5A certainly doesn't have the depth that a District 25 5A or District 26 5A has. And just a bit of an example of that, San Antonio East Central, they went 4-3 in district play, made the playoffs. They were the 4 seed, but when you look at their schedule, look at their non-conference games, they lost all 3 non-conference games to 4A opponents. So you know that you look at 25 5A from top to bottom, it's a pretty tough district, but Judson coming in here with the same record as Westlake, it just really isn't comparable when you look at the schedules.
4 seconds remaining in the ball game, so we are all but done here from DW Rutledge Stadium. Make sure you stay tuned. We'll have the Covert Chevrolet Drive home for you. An augmented segment as we will give the young man manning the microphone, Eric Johnson, all the time and more to go over all of the playoff scenarios, but we will have a full post-game show tonight as we have reached the final moments here of the area championship round. Another trophy going in the case here in the 2009 campaign for the Chaparrals, but not after the 2nd and goal play from the 2-yard line. In the backfield is Kenyon Clack. He's the fullback. The handoff. And now trying to bounce outside is Hilliard, and Hilliard stops him. And yes, what a play right there. An excellent job by Jonathan Kennedy. Kennedy coming up and making the stop and keeping the young man outside of the end zone. And that is a perfect way to end this ball game. Jonathan Kennedy coming up as the backup outside linebacker. And Hilliard eluded one tackler, but Kennedy was not going to allow him to score. And he tackles him at the 4-yard line, and that will do it. So Kennedy ends it with a tackle and does not allow Gabe Hilliard to get into the end zone. Final score 43-17 as the Chaparrals merge victorious and move on to face the winner of Harlingen and San Antonio Southwest. Most likely will occur Friday afternoon at 4 o'clock in the Alamo Dome, but the men in red and white, the Westlake Chaparrals, victorious here on I would say hallowed ground, if you will. A lot of championships have come out of this particular spot. This used to be just Judson's stadium, and with the addition of Wagner High School and the Judson ISD, they now share it. But a lot of wonderful things have happened to this Judson program, Rod. Unfortunately, they come up on the wrong end of the stick here, but just an excellent performance all the way around by the Westlake Chaparrals, including the men who came in for mop-up duty, and that's got to be one of the highlights as far as Jonathan Kennedy's concerned. That man's going to leave this field with all kinds of positive memories.
No, you're right. If you're Coach Alvin, that's what you want. You want your young guys to be able to come in there, get quality reps, and still at the waning minutes of the game, still have it mean enough for them to go up and make a big play like that. So there's a great job when they're playing. Westlake, kudos to them. They came out in this game and started fast, and I think that was the key. They started too fast for this Judson team, and Judson was just never able to catch up. Proud program. This Judson team is a very proud program, and they just couldn't get it done tonight. But they're a young team. They got some young stars on this team, and they'll be back.
They will indeed. And speaking of coming back, we will no doubt have a quick word with John Nidell and a victorious Darren Allman as we await the post-game thoughts. We welcome you to the Covert Chevrolet Drive home. Again, the final score 43-17. Just an onslaught of Chaparral football and offense, defense, and special teams. All of the Pistons firing right here for the Westlake Chaparrals. And I believe I could hear the microphone tingle just a little bit inside the Chaparral huddle as they will board the buses back home to Chaparral Stadium in the locker room on the campus of Westlake High School. But Darren Allman, no doubt, made his point very well taken. They were up 17-0 at halftime against Madison. There was no way that the coaching staff for the Westlake Chaparrals would allow them to relax in the third quarter, and they did anything but relax in the third quarter. And speaking of, now most likely a relaxed Darren Allman with John Nidell.
Coach, you guys had a 17-point lead at halftime. You came out fast in the third quarter. How about that third quarter?
Yeah, that's what we needed to do, and we talked about it. You know, we didn't talk much about last week, like I said, at halftime, but we just we talked about just getting off, getting them stopped on that first drive and punching it in. We really didn't, we got some great field position there early on and didn't punch it in. We were a little disappointed in that, and we played a great game. I don't want to take anything away from our guys because they've earned a great win tonight, but we're better than that, and that's what's so exciting, really. We've still got a long way to go, and we can be a lot better. And these guys came, and, they faced some adversity again tonight, traveling over here. Playing on their home field, starting a game in the rain, and they faced a lot of adversity all year long, and they've responded every time. So it's a great group. We've got a great class of seniors leading this team, and our coaches have done a great job. So we're excited about playing next week.
As it has been the last 5 weeks, you guys have had a balanced offensive attack. How important is that?
Well, it's always important to us. We feel like that. You're going to play some weeks where you can't be balanced because of what people do to you. I think if you're a balanced offense, you have the ability to take what people give you, and that's what balance means to us, and trying to keep ourselves out of negative plays. And it's been effective. I think the last 5 or 6 weeks we've kind of hit our stride, and we've been able to lean on that offense now for some time.
Coach, congratulations.
Thanks, John.
Joe?
Well, thank you very much. And during that brief conversation with John Nidell, Darren Allman will be happy to know that he will get Harlingen, and it will be a game that most likely will originate from the Alamo Dome the day after Thanksgiving, a Friday afternoon start from the Alamo Dome. At least that was the preliminary pregame word from Darren Allman. So with that, we will see you next Friday night in TV Land, a part of our Central Texas On-Demand coverage for Time Warner Cable. Again, the final score here from D.W. Rutledge Stadium, 43-17, Westlake with the victory here in the area championship round of the Division I 5A playoffs. Stay tuned if you're listening to the radio and our internet coverage as we will continue with the Covert Chevrolet Drive Home. But again, good night from TV Land. Final score, Westlake 43, Judson 17. This is Westlake.